Hey everyone, Jenny Taft here. Thank you for listening to the Undisputed podcast. I wanted to tell you about another podcast from Fox Sports that we're very excited about. It's Waltrip Unfiltered, featuring two-time Daytona 500 winner Michael Waltrip. Michael will be speaking with the biggest names in NASCAR each week, like Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin, and discussing the biggest storylines in the sport. Episode 1 is available now, wherever you get your podcasts. So subscribe and listen to Waltrip Unfiltered right now. Now, let's get the show started. Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Good morning, guys.
Goat man, yeah, that's me.
I don't get it.
You do get it.
Do you realize last night was probably the easiest game the Lakers have left on their schedule? And you're going GOAT on New Orleans without Anthony Davis in the fourth quarter? Really?
Good old Cohiba. I feel good. Skip. You like that performance?
What time is the parade today, GOAT man?
Skip, why are you trying to
Is there a parade?
I'm surprised by this.
Is there a parade?
Jenny,
Are you going to lead the parade?
Why are you trying to steal
Maybe it's a barnyard parade.
First of all,
It's very hard to understand you.
Skip, why
You realize you're going to suffocate under
why are
there.
you trying to steal my shine?
I'm not. I'm just trying to put this in
33,
some
6,
perspective.
and 10. You said you want.
Okay.
Go look at this, Skip. He's celebrating. Got the
Still
headband.
celebrating.
Yeah.
You know, you
Good
gotta
old
watch
game.
those cigars. They're dangerous.
No. Oh, you ain't said Michael Jordan been smoking them for 30 years.
I wrote a column about it in Chicago that I did not love the fact that he was smoking cigars on the way to playoff games.
Yes.
No good.
And still were cooking
Yep.
folk.
Carcinogenic. You just got to put the
Yeah, whatever that means.
Ick. Yeah. Okay.
And you see LeBron on IG last night, had him a nice old bottle of 2012 wine. You saw him, Skip?
I did not see it. I
Oh,
don't follow
yeah.
him. I don't watch. I don't know.
Why you don't want, you know what, Skip?
I
You're a
have
hater.
no idea. How are you, Jenny?
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm just
here we go.
surprised we went there. But we have a lot to get to on today's show. We are going to find out just how short or not short Kyler Murray is.
It's coming
hopefully
pretty
soon.
quickly. Yep.
And then Dwyane Wade, he turned back the clock last night. We'll talk about that. But we are going to start with LeBron. His Lakers are back in the win column after holding off the Pelicans last night. But they're still 3 games back in the playoff race. The Lakers continue to struggle with their interior defense as Anthony Davis scored 22 points in only 21 minutes and sat out the fourth quarter. But Rondo, Ingram, Kuzma all had strong games for the Lakers, but LeBron was the star of the night. He hit a huge step-back 3 late in the game to ice it, and he finished with 33 points, 10 assists. Shannon, do I even need to ask how impressive was LeBron to you last night?
Yeah, and you know the most smart people, they pour the gland down like this, and then they push your butt like that right there.
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
I say the real smart people, they what they do,
yep.
and then they put it.
So
Smart.
you're
Yeah!
suddenly you got smart
Smart.
off that performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very impressive.
Okay.
Because Skip Bayless said, LeBron James, you need to set the tempo.
He did.
Did he not do that? Don't do that, Skip.
Is it my turn?
No, it's not your turn.
Okay.
It's not your turn.
Yep.
It's my turn.
Okay.
I thought it was impressive. He took the challenge defensively also.
He
you see?
did?
Oh, you see him on True Holiday? Did he take True Holiday? Last 4 quarter.
Yeah.
Is it my turn? Nope, it's
And
not my turn. I'm biting my lip.
You're good.
Okay.
Got him off to a great start, Skip Bayless.
Okay.
10 points in the first quarter, 5 assists. He was distributing the basketball.
He was. I give you that.
Luke Walton be listening to me. Told him I don't know why Rajon Rondo wasn't in the starting lineup.
Uh-huh. Wait a minute. You blasted Rondo, like get him out of my sight.
No.
Him yesterday.
I said he should have been starting.
Oh.
How did he go from starting to when they signed Reggie Bullock? When did Reggie Bullock become a top-rated 2 guard? I didn't know that.
Well,
But
they
anyways,
both started last night.
They did.
Okay.
And here's
And
the
by
thing.
the way, Reggie played really well.
He played really well, had some timely steals.
Yep.
But here's the thing, Skip, that concerns me now. When you play this lineup, you're really, really small. You have no fours. You have 3 threes, a 2, and a point guard.
Okay.
And that's why they got pounded inside. But this was about LeBron because I thought LeBron played really well. He got off to a shaky start shooting the 3 ball, But then he started cooking.
He did.
Hit one from Irving, hit
Yep.
one from San Diego. He was on Alcatraz, hit one, Skip way out there. And then that,
From Alcatraz?
yeah, hey,
That's a
Skip.
cold, hard swim out there to
Yeah,
Alcatraz.
He could do it.
Wow.
Hey, Skip, tell me what you were going through your mind.
Yep.
When that clock was running down, he got the ball in the corner and on 1 foot, falling out of bounds from 25.
Was that a walk-off shot?
Oh, don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. You told now every time you said every time when Chris Broussard come out here, you name 8 games that LeBron James could have go there right there for the closing.
Yeah.
And he's the best player. He closes those games. He did what you asked him to do, and you still trying to find fault. But I'm not gonna let
wait
you
a
do
second. Did he make his free throws in the last minute
I
to
know-
ice the game?
I know a guy that missed a free
Well,
throw.
wait, I asked a question and you didn't answer.
Hold on.
Well, did he make his free throws
He
to
made
ice the
enough
game?
of 'em.
He made
No.
enough of them. He made 3 out of 8 for the game.
Whoa, he made 4 out of 9, but that's neither here nor there.
Wait a minute. Free throw attempts? I got 3 of 8, but go ahead.
Okay,
all right.
I know a guy that missed a free throw last night, Jenny, that could have took the game to overtime. You know that?
Oh, really?
We're not talking about
Excuses, changing subject.
You brought it up.
Okay, I brought it up because he missed 2 that would have iced the game.
No, hold on. He iced the game when he got that and one, and he iced the game when he hit that 3 in the corner.
Oh,
that was
really?
icing the game because they was up by 1 at that point, and then he put them up by what, Skip?
6.
With how many seconds to go, Skip?
So he hit a miraculous
Ain't no miraculous.
shot that put him up 6 points. Oh, okay.
Ain't no miraculous.
I'll take that to my bank.
Game winner, clutch.
I guess it's come to that for LeBron James. We got to give him clutch on that.
Clutch. Oh, now I know where Rich Paul get his business from.
Oh, you mean, wait, you mean,
Clutch.
I thought it was unclutch sports.
You get it now.
It just dawned on me.
Oh,
Clutch with
really?
a K.
With a
Clutch.
K?
Yeah. Skip, you need to stop this now. Get a man credit. Now, you told him he needs to be aggressive and play downhill. He played downhill.
Yeah, I give you that.
You said that gets the teammates, the guys involved. Kuzma, Ingram, Rondo played really, really well. JaVale came in.
He did. JaVale made all 3 of his shots in the 4th quarter. Would you
But
believe
you know
that?
JaVale got to do JaVale things. Now, he got to try to pass the ball between his legs, not looking. Luke called time. I said, get your tall butt over here with me. Goofing off the game like that. But Skip, it was very impressive. He did what he needed to do. Now, this means nothing if they don't take care of business on Friday night, and you and I got a case of do that. They take care of business.
We
on
have
Friday.
no case
No,
to do.
hold on, Skip.
I
What you
accepted
scared of?
no bets.
What you scared of? They got Giannis, the best team in the
Let's
NBA.
wait until
That's the record.
tomorrow.
Oh, we're
Let's
gonna
wait
wait it
until
out?
tomorrow.
Okay.
I have to wait to see how people come out of games,
Fair
if there are
enough.
injuries.
Updates? Milwaukee got a game
No.
tonight?
No, we'll see. We'll see.
So what you waiting for?
I got to see how it all feels tomorrow.
Oh, GOAT.
Yeah,
Doing GOAT things.
yeah. I'm only up. Should I tell him? No, I don't need to go back.
It
into
was.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
Skip. Look here. I hate saying this. Maybe it's prematurely.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's the GOAT, but he did GOAT-like things.
Did he?
It was very GOAT behavior.
Really?
So if it acts like a goat, it eats grass, stands on an abandoned, burnt-out bus in a field.
Really?
What is it?
A lowercase goat, like
A goat.
the blame of the game
Don't
goat.
do that, Skip.
Well, I don't.
Did
know.
you see Anthony Davis' face when LeBron hit that step back 3 in the corner?
I did not.
You did. You saw it. He's like, oh my God, I could have been playing with that. I hate you, Bill Dimps.
Why wasn't Anthony Davis playing in the 4th quarter? Can somebody explain to me how you can limit a man to 20 minutes? So you'll play 20 minutes, but once you hit that, you're done. So with 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, he's done for the
NBA
game?
needs to do something about it.
Really?
The NBA needs to do
So
something
you're
about
either
this.
trying to punish him for
Yes.
wanting out, or you're trying to, quote unquote, protect him from further injury. But why would you let him play 20 minutes? He could get hurt in 20 minutes,
Exactly.
right?
Why let him
Okay.
play at all?
It feels
Yeah.
punish-like to
Yes,
me, right?
yes. Oh,
Right?
you didn't want to play with us with this. If I'm Anthony Davis, because they hurt in his stats, Skip, the guy had 21, 22 points in like 21 minutes?
22 and 21.
Come on, man. Come on, Pelicans. Y'all better than this.
What if he had played the 4th quarter?
I
wonder
know.
what would've happened.
LeBron probably would have had 45.
Really?
Yeah, he had to outdo him.
But you're right.
Interesting.
It is a good point.
So, sounds like it's my turn,
It
that
is.
you've run out of steam. But I'm going to ask the question one more time. What time is the parade today downtown Los Angeles? Are you the parade master?
No, Skip.
No.
There is
you
no-
might be a one-man parade if you throw it.
What?
Right?
The question was that performance.
Yeah.
The performance deserved this
A little
Goat line?
celebration.
Really?
in a Cohiba.
You're making me do
How
this.
impressed were you, Skip?
How?
You know what I'm going to give LeBron for last night? And I can't believe it has come to this for the quote-unquote best player on the planet.
What you gonna give?
Here's my final bottom line takeaway from last night. He tried harder. He tried harder than he did at New Orleans. He tried harder than he did at Memphis.
That's so nasty.
He tried harder. He tried a little harder on defense, though. I hate to do this, but in a moment, I'm going to show you just what a liability he remains on defense. But I do give you this. He definitely tried harder on offense. He was more in attack mode from the start. He always distributes beautifully. He's still the best point guard and the best passer in basketball. I've always given you that. But at least he was a little more in attack mode. At least he was starting to play a little more downhill and getting into the lane. And once he gets into the lane, not good things, but great things start to happen. But the point was, as we just talked about, Anthony Davis was gone at the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. And you want to know the truth?
What?
The Lakers should have buried the Pelicans in the fourth quarter. And I don't know why they just couldn't quite bury him. Without Anthony, they don't have any real rim protector. So I know the Lakers play small, but in the fourth quarter, the Pelicans were even smaller than the Lakers. Like, I just kept waiting for LeBron just to roar down the lane and
like
take the game over. Well, he did once. He had one and one that I really liked because I wanted to see that the whole fourth quarter. It should have been a parade to the basket.
No, Skip. You can't play like that.
They were up 12.
Yes.
Then they were up 11. Then they were up 10. This is all mid-fourth quarter.
And then they were down.
It's teetering on blowout, right?
Yeah.
We'll blow them out. Come on, take it over. And yet, did LeBron have help throughout the game and in the fourth quarter? I got to give high marks. I keep saying this. Since the trade deadline, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma continue to average 23 points a game. They almost each had 23 last night, just slightly less than 23.
Yep.
They continue to shoot the ball from perimeter at a high rate. And Rondo rose and shone. How about it? 16 assists.
Yeah.
And I love the way LeBron and Rondo clicked off each other because sometimes LeBron would hand off to Rondo and then kind of let him play the elbow point guard, and LeBron would play off him, and it worked. And what about Lance Stevenson last night? Look at your plus minus on your scorecard there.
Best.
He had by far the best of either team last night, and then he hurt his toe in the fourth quarter and had to go out. And I don't know, they said he had sprained toe. But did he not create some havoc for a while, like good havoc, right?
Yeah, he did.
And did Rondo not make 3 out of 4 shots in the fourth quarter? They were big shots.
Yeah.
Big shots.
Well, he needed to make up for them bricks that he was throwing up there in the first half.
Okay, all right, I got you. LeBron was throwing up some bricks himself.
No,
well, he did. He went 0 for 3, and then he called a little hot streak.
Yeah,
well, and Rondo had one great whip-out feed from underneath the basket, and LeBron shot it from Alcatraz.
Yep.
And made it, and sometimes he can do that. So what happened down the stretch? Again, high marks for 2:18 left. LeBron actually took it to the basket and won it, and he capped it off by making the free throw.
And won.
And won.
There you go.
But that was one of 3 that he made on the night out of 8. That's
whoa,
not
whoa,
good.
whoa.
Wait, is the goat buying or whatever goats do about that?
Yep.
Yeah? Or is he just gagging?
Hold on, Skip. Now, you tell me it doesn't matter what a player does as long as at the end of the day he caps it off. Because that's what you told me about Tebow. That's what you told me about Brady.
Okay, all right.
He finished it off.
I think it's my turn. I think I'm still capping this off for you. So then what happens after that?
What happened?
LeBron had a good feed to Brandon Ingram to kind of keep the margin. Okay. And then Drew Holiday just goes down and just unforced error, just turns the ball.
Ain't no just. There's never just.
Oh, it was an
Who
unforced
no.
error.
Who did it?
Unforced.
Who was on him?
Unforced.
Who was on him?
Unforced error. He just lost the handle.
I just want you to tell me who was guarding him.
I think LeBron was guarding, but LeBron did not get a steal off that play. He just lost the basketball. And here it comes the other way, and LeBron doesn't know exactly what to do, and then he dribbles to his right, and he almost loses the basketball, but then he regains possession of the basketball, and now he's in the perfect spot. What do I always tell you about LeBron shooting threes? He's at his best when the pressure is off and there's no decision to be made about drive it or shoot it, right? Because he got caught in the corner with no time on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. No, you got no other, there's no out on this one. You have no choice but to shoot it. But guess what had happened? He got the switch he needed because he got Julius Randle off him. Julius Randle's about LeBron's size. Is that fair to say?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Maybe a little bit heftier than LeBron. And who's on him? Drew Holiday is now on LeBron. How tall is Drew Holiday? Help me out here. 6'4"? I'll give him 6'4".
That don't matter.
Okay. How tall is LeBron James? 6'9". So he's got
great defender.
5 inches on Drew Holiday.
Defender. Is Holiday a great defender?
He's a little defender. He defends points and twos. He doesn't defend 6'9" in the corner.
Well, he can.
Okay, he
Just not that
cannot.
one.
He can't.
You know what's
okay? I'm still talking. Thank you very much. So LeBron goes up at the clock, and he can get away with any old kind of shot because nobody's going to criticize him because he can just say, "Well, I had no choice. I had to shoot it at the clock." So he one-steps it, one-foots it, right? He does kind of a Dirk from the corner.
Dirk KD.
Yeah, okay, Dirk KD from the corner. And he made it because pressure is off and there's no decision to be made. You have to shoot that shot any old way. Nobody's going to criticize you if it misses because you'll say, we were at the clock. We had no other choice. It was a bailout shot, and he made
We
it.
don't do that. Well, that's
Okay,
what you need.
but they were up 3, so that put them up 6.
6. Close
So
it.
then
Well, let me ask you a question. Well, who put them up 3?
put them up 3?
Yeah, who put them up 3 to begin with?
Well,
And 1.
no, Brandon Ingram had the
And
layup.
one.
Brandon Ingram had the layup.
Who fed him?
That was a good pass by
Okay,
LeBron.
it
LeBron
is.
made a bunch. He had
Okay,
10
it is.
assists last
Okay,
night.
it is.
Okay, I always give you that. Okay, so then what happens? It's still a 6-point game. Julius Randle goes down and he loses the handle. Unforced error turnover. And what do? We got to foul somebody. Well, who's the liability free throw shooter on the floor? Foul LeBron, because it's almost getting close to hack a LeBron because he's just not going to make late game free throws. And what does LeBron do? He goes to the line to ice the game and he goes, La brick. You want to put your goat mask back on? You're welcome to. You're welcome to put it back on.
Can
Was
I go
that
that?
goatish?
Is it my turn?
Was that goatish
Is it my
behavior?
turn?
And no, it's not, because I'm going to finish this off, because what happens? They go the other way and miss a 3, and all of a sudden there's a rebound, and this is where your point guard, LeBron James, just runs for the basketball. Like, give me the basketball because I want to go shoot those free throws. Right. LeBron, he backs off and starts going the other way because he wants no part of what's about to happen, which is another intentional foul. So they have to foul Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, he had the ball.
What does Reggie Bullock go do? Well, they gave him the ball. Whoever got the rebound just gave him the basketball. So Reggie Bullock walks to the other end, and he calmly goes swish, swish. Game over, right?
No, the game was over. The game was over when it was up 6 with 25 seconds. The game was over.
So LeBron missed 3 free throws in the last 6 minutes, or wouldn't have even been that close, right?
Well, if he hadn't been spectacular,
okay,
he probably would have lost. But Skip, I resent the fact that you're going to sit there and tell me that LeBron James, he didn't know what was going on. LeBron James, who has the highest basketball IQ.
I didn't say he didn't know what was going on.
You say you didn't know he didn't know what to do with the ball when he lost
clock?
Yeah.
No, I mean, he was just sort of dribbling at the top, and then he dribbles off to the side.
Yeah, that's
and then he gets a switch, but he loses the handle for a second.
That's what I want.
And then he's like, okay, now I got it because there's no decision to be made. I don't have to drive it.
And you're going to talk about
what did you want him to do in that situation?
I want him to do exactly what he did.
Drive the basketball. Most great players, most goatish players, the GOAT of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, would have just said, give me the ball, get out of my way. I'm going to the free throw line to ice this game. That's how Michael Jordan would have finished and closed that game.
But he didn't go to the free throw line against Utah.
Well, he
shot the ball. Oh, exactly. So LeBron James didn't need to. He hit a 25-foot corner 3. And you talk about
Is that
pressure.
a call play from Luke? Yeah.
LeBron called it.
LeBron, just dribble around, almost lose the handle. Get a switch to Drew Holiday, then go all the way.
I think it's my turn. I think it's my turn.
All right, what do you got?
Now, you keep talking about pressure. You don't think LeBron has pressure, Skip Bayless, to make the playoffs? Think about every game.
Pressure.
Every game is a playoff game.
I'm just saying that shot was the less pressurized shot.
As always, pressure. Skip, it's not like they're 15 games above 500.
Okay, but if he'd missed the corner 3, nobody's coming in here today and saying, LeBron, how can you miss the corner 3?
You coming in here with that. Oh, yeah,
I would not.
I know you. But guess what? Goat James wouldn't let you come here. I said, LeBron, Goat James would let you come here.
Goat James?
Yep.
You finished?
That was it?
That was all you had? You reclaimed your time for that?
Skip, all you talking about, he played harder.
Huh?
No, Skip. 33, 6, and 10.
Yeah.
We need to say that was impressive because it was. And look at how
he's the best player on the planet, says you.
Say it again.
So how high is his bar raised, right?
Well, your so-called best player on the planet missed a game-winning.
We're going to talk about that next because you don't think he is the best player on the planet,
what I think.
right?
It only matters what I can prove.
And by the way, the ex-best player on the planet, Dwyane Wade, made the shot of the night.
Skip,
he used to be, when he played with LeBron, he was the best player on the planet.
Don't do this, Skip. See?
Well, I'm just telling you. He taught LeBron how to win.
Skip.
He was big brother.
Skip, as long as D. Wade and LeBron James has been in the league, and they came in the league the same year, Dwyane Wade was never the best player on the planet. That's always been LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron has been the best player for the last 12 years.
Okay. So, since you went goat mask on me, I just have no choice because I got to defend myself a little bit here. So, can we see what happened to LeBron last night on defense? And it started early because Elfrid Payton just went right to the rack, right in his face. If we could see this play. Help me out. Help me out. Is this goatish? Is this goatish? Here's LeBron. LeBron, contest him. This is a 6'3" guy.
Nah, you ain't gonna take no.
It's a 6'3" guy. Contest him. What are you doing? I about fell out of my chair because I want the Lakers to make the playoffs.
They're gonna make it.
I actually got 2 dinners writing on this with Rob Parker.
You do.
Okay? So what are you doing? LeBron, come on, defend that.
That's the
contest that.
Hey, people at home, that's a replay. That's not a different play. That's the same play.
Okay,
just because Skip having them run it over and over again.
Okay, well, let's go to the next play. This is a Julius Randle play, and he's covering Julius on the other end. Let's just see what happens.
Wait for it. Ooh.
Julius. LeBron just backs off. He just backs off. Contest him.
Stop it.
I want to see effort. I want to see contagious spirit on defense.
You saw it.
Come on, don't back off that.
Ask Drew Holiday. Ask a Holiday with that effort when he picked his pockets.
Come on. Come on, LeBron, here you go. Just go defend this. Defend it. You gotta send a message to your teammates that I'm caring out here.
He did. They watched him early in the game.
We got a final play. We got Drew Holiday driving the basketball in the fourth quarter. This is pretty late in the game. 4:40 left in the game. Drew, there's LeBron. He's standing right under the basket. He doesn't even help. Help! LeBron, help! Go challenge him. He's a little guy.
Did you not see
Go challenge him at the rim. Is that goatish behavior? I want to know. LeBron played really well last night, but those are not goatish plays.
So you pick out 3 plays.
You went goat mask on those 3 plays? Can you put it back on for me, please? Thank you.
First of all, in 38 minutes, you pick out 3 plays. But you ain't pick out the play. Show the play that he picked Drew Holiday.
I could show you thousands of hours of Michael Jordan tape in 1998, and you couldn't find one of those plays.
Well, show the one that LeBron Smith hit him up for 36. Show that one. Show that tape.
LeBradford Smith?
Yeah. You remember?
Oh, stop.
Yeah, LeBradford cooked it. I remember like yesterday. Did Jordan hit him up for 35
was Jordan just standing and watching that night? I think not.
Well, LeBradford had to go up, but then Jordan, they played a back-to-back, and then Jordan hit him up at 35 at the half.
I know. I got it.
But Skip, this is not about Jordan. This is not about LeBradford Smith. This is about old GOAT James doing what you asked him to do. You said
he played harder on offense. I'm going to give you that a little bit.
His defense efficiency says he's one of the best.
Yeah, one of the best.
That's what you said. Now you lie. Hold on.
Does that look like one of the best
Hold
to
on,
you?
Skip. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Skip, you love defensive efficiency until it doesn't work in your favor, and now you don't like it.
All I got to do is show you the tape of what happened. I actually watch the games, and I sit and I say, I'm going to lose 2 dinners. If you let New Orleans win that game, they're done. They are done.
You think LeBron James will let that happen?
I hope not.
And he got something for Giannis, too.
Oh,
Does
really?
he?
Yeah. The American freak.
Really?
The American freak.
So he's the Akron freak? Okay.
The Akron freak?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
like
keep
it.
on talking about Greek freak.
Okay.
The American freak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good new name for him.
Yeah.
I don't
got
know.
some
All
fun
right, so
for
you're back
Giannis.
in action on
After the
Friday.
Kupo.
Are you going to be able to contain yourself before
Oh,
that game?
man.
Or?
You know what, Skip Bayless? I might walk to your house on Friday night after they beat them with the GOAT mask on.
Really?
Walk down Wilshire.
Walk down
I feel like that
Wilshire?
would be a frightening sight.
Down Beverly Glen?
Yep.
To Century Park West?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Come right on down there.
Okay.
They're like, we don't, hey, tell them GOAT James. Tell them GOAT James is at the gate.
Don't
You
do that.
might get arrested.
Yeah, we don't want
Probably.
to find out what could happen. Okay, we have breaking news from the Combine. Kyler Murray's height is in.
Let's
We'll
do
discuss
it.
that next.
No mercy.
Well, the numbers are in. This morning at the NFL Combine, Kyler Murray measured at 5'10" and 1/8 and 207 pounds. He could be in the mix for the Cardinals with the number 1 pick because yesterday the Cardinals gave a lukewarm endorsement to their current quarterback, Josh Rosen. General manager Steve Keim said, quote, "Is Josh Rosen our quarterback? Yeah, he is right now." Shannon, what do you make of this?
Well, looking at Kyler, I guess he's bigger than what people thought. Seeing him, Skip, I thought he was. I didn't know he'd measure at 5'10".
Because you saw him across the
From
room.
across the room at the Super Bowl.
Right.
5'10", 207 pounds, 9.5-inch hands. That's to make a long story short, he's an average-sized man playing a big man's game.
True.
It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Yep.
And if he's drafted in the first round, he'd be the first quarterback selected in the first round under 6 foot, Michael Vick and Johnny Manziel. Russell Wilson's 5'11", but he didn't go in the first round.
Okay.
So, Skip, I mean, you got to be pleased. I mean, he's 5'10", so it's not, I mean, he's not going to grow. As long as he didn't come in at 5'7", 5'10" is a decent height. I mean, he's played this long, and he's played well. The concerns is, I'm sure, if you put him under center, how well is he going to be able to throw then, as opposed to being able to throw, you know, from the shotgun? Shotgun, you know, there are lanes and things of that nature. Haskins is 6'3" and 3/8, 231, 9 5/8 hands. He's a bigger man. He's more prototypical than Kyler Murray. But someone's going to fall in love with Kyler Murray, and someone's going to take him fairly high. The question is, the Cardinals have the first pick, and everybody knows what Cliff Kingsbury said. Now, Cliff said this leading up to, I think they were getting ready to play them.
They were.
And he had no idea that he would be the Arizona Cardinals head coach still.
He might still not believe he's there.
Exactly.
Right?
So you can say, if I had a number one pick, I would select him. But then you get fired, and now you're the head, you know, the offensive coordinator at USC, and somehow you keep failing upwards, and now you're the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Skip, I do not believe, and Steve Keim says says that Rosen is our quarterback for now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yep.
For me, I don't believe that they're a quarterback away from being a very good team.
Yep.
If you could take that first round pick and someone's willing to give you multiple picks,
Yep.
Skip, they were last in basically all offensive categories. So they need a lot to be desired.
Okay, you know what the ultimate nightmare would be? If you take that big draft haul and you give somebody else, Kyler Murray with the number 1 overall, would you live to regret it and regret it and regret it if Josh Rosen continues to play average to below average football and Kyler takes off?
But do they have good to great players surrounding Josh Rosen? Because if you think that this Kyler Murray kid is going to do that with that level of talent and that offensive line that's around him, you're sadly mistaken.
Not sure about that.
Okay.
I think he is very special.
Okay.
And I am here to say I'm shocked by the height. I was going to try to hold your feet to the fire if we were waiting on the measurement and make you guess it, and I was going to guess a flat-out 5'9".
I was going to say the same thing.
All
I
right.
was going to say 5'9".
5'10" and an eighth, and I know we're only dealing with an inch and an eighth, but it seems like a mile.
Especially that 1/8. I'm
I
like,
know.
all right.
What?
He's
So
a
now-
dog.
So now he's 6'5". So basically
Well,
for 5'10" and an eighth, it's like 6'4".
It feels 6'5".
I'm surprised by this. I thought 5'9"
Right?
and a half. I thought.
And obviously, I can't put a lot of stock in 207 because he might have eaten 4 dinners last night, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible? The weight you can.
Or drink a lot of water.
Or drink a whole lot of, because water is really heavy,
It
as
is
you know.
very dense.
Okay, so he probably did all the above. Do I guess he's more of like a 197-pounder? I do.
Yes.
I do. But the hand size, I was afraid he might have small-ish hands in their average size.
Right.
That 9.5 is right in the median size of all NFL quarterbacks.
He's an average-sized man.
Okay, so just for the record, Dak Prescott had 10.875 hands. That's huge.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, Carson Wentz had 10 flat hands, 10.0. That's really, really big.
Yes.
Russell Wilson had 10.25 for a little man.
That's
on
huge.
height. It's huge. It's huge. Then we go to the other end of the spectrum. Jameis at, what do we give Jameis? 6'4"?
Yeah,
Almost
yeah,
6'5",
yes.
maybe? He's got small hands for his height at 9.3, smaller hands than Kyler has.
Yes.
And then we can go all the way down to Jared Goff had 9 even hands. So he's got little hands. So just keep that in some perspective, that he's got sort of average-sized hands, okay, which is fine.
Right. And here's the thing. Where hand size come into play, Skip, if you're going to be playing a lot in inclement weather, if you're playing outdoors, you're playing in Pittsburgh, you're playing in New England, Buffalo, you need hand size to grip because it's going to be windy, it's going to be slush, it's going to be rain. So for him, he's going to be, if he goes to Arizona, indoors, 8-game indoors, San Francisco, okay. The Rams, LA, weather's not going to be an issue. Seattle. That might come into play.
be.
So those are the things that hand size, and this is why you're like, okay, I need to know. That's why Russell, Now, Russell does because he holds onto the ball a lot and he gets strip sacked.
Yep.
But he really has no problem throwing the ball in an inclement weather.
Okay. So, obviously, Steve Keim wanted to plant the seed yesterday that we are open for business.
Yes.
Right now, he's our quarterback.
Right.
Just to send the signal,
Sure.
send the threat that, well, we might just take Kyler with the first overall pick. And if you fall in love with him, you're going to have to come talk to us, right?
Right.
So I get that, but I still say there's danger in taking the draft haul for Kyler because I think Kyler's going to turn into something.
Skip, I do not see a team giving up a boatload of picks for a 5'10" quarterback. Now, if he was Kyler Murray and he was 6'4",
Yep.
okay, woo. But for 5'10", Skip, man, I don't know.
Interesting. And I will point out, which I don't think we have yet on the show, that remember, Cliff Kingsbury's agent is now Kyler's agent.
Right.
That's interesting. Who's also representing Johnny Manziel, whom we're about to talk about in a minute.
Talk about him
Now,
too.
San Diego, Atlanta did give up a boatload for Michael Vick. He was under 6 foot.
Yep.
I think he's 5'11". So they did. So this is not, but Skip, oh man. Like I said, boy, I tell you what, if you're general manager and you make this move, you better be on firm ground.
Okay. I also want to point out that in today's Athletic, the film room, which is called Ted's Film Room, and I respect Ted Wynn, who does the film room. He was breaking down Dwayne Haskins today, and he made the case he's more of a second-round pick than a first-round pick. And I know that's semi-controversial because I do like Dwayne Haskins because it's hard to argue with those numbers, though he does argue with them. I love Kyler, but I like Dwayne. But he makes some fair points because he says that if you really break down Dwayne's tape, his footwork under pressure quickly deteriorates, and he has to improve his ability to read and react to blitzes. He didn't handle the blitz very well, and he was playing behind a really good offensive line, as was Kyler Murray. And the Athletic also says that Dwayne has good arm talent, but it's not amazing or on par with Kyler Murray's, and it's not. Kyler Murray's got a rifle, man, for his little stature because he was the 9th pick in the baseball draft as a center fielder.
He has a baseball arm.
He's got a baseball arm, and it's a big arm. And then the other point about Dwayne Haskins is those numbers are slightly inflated because he was a dink and dunker. They threw a whole bunch of 1 to 5 yard passes that were yards after catch. Okay,
he has big time receivers that on the jailbreak screen and they go in 70
They do it, and they do those what do they call those tap passes? You know, the snap tap. You know, and they ran 18. He was 18 for 18 on those. So that kind of inflates it a little bit. I think he had 8 touchdowns out of those plays. So his conclusion is that he likes him, but he doesn't love him enough to give him a first-round grade. Just to keep this in perspective, and I think that's where you're going to hear all this start heading, that Kyler's stock will continue to rise and Dwayne's will stay pretty much.
Well, Skip, you know, they said the same thing about Cam. And there are some people that said, well, Jake Locker should go before Cam.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
I was big on no Jake Locker.
Yeah,
I was big.
But there are people that, well, Cam, I mean, he's more of a runner than a thrower. And I don't think Carolina's disappointed that they took Cam Newton with the first pick. Because if you didn't reach in that draft in 2011, Skip, if you didn't reach for a player, you struck pay dirt. If you reached for the quarterback, Christian Ponder, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, and Skip, I'm shocked. Because like you said you're going to guess his height. You know, you hear all these rumblings where he's up to 206. Okay, I'm going to take people at their word and say 206. But I would have said 5'9". But this inch and 8 is almost like 4 inches to a normal quarterback because you think the normal quarterback, he probably got 6'1", and then he taps in at 6'3". Well, Kyler Murray is taller than what we thought. Just saying. I don't believe the Cardinals are one player away. Looking at that offensive line, looking at the skill positions around him, the defense was 26. The offense was dead last in a lot of categories. Skip, they're more than a quarterback away. They're way more. Ask Jimmy.
I know, but they're still a quarterback away. To me,
okay.
I'm just saying. I'm going to say it again. Every team that passes Kyler Murray will live to regret it. He's a special athlete. He's a special clutch playmaker. He's big-time clutch, man.
What, Johnny Manziel? Everybody that passed on him, glad they did.
Okay, well, that is true.
We're going to talk about him.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray doesn't have a drug problem. I'm pretty sure of that. I'll be willing to stake my reputation he doesn't have a drug problem.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me put it to you like this. Do you believe that if had Johnny Manziel not had these issues, he could have been a serviceable quarterback in the NFL?
Yes, I think he'd been a good quarterback. Boy, and a lot of people agreed with me on that.
No, Skip.
Boy, I saw a lot of
And-
Johnny.
and
I saw him light people up.
Yeah, Skip, but here's the thing. Once you get to the NFL, yeah, improvisational skills are good if the play breaks down, but it seems to me that was the only way he was able to play.
Yep.
And that everything was impromptu.
Okay.
That he could play well off script, but it was that when you gave him the plays and said run this is where he failed to
Okay, I got
live
it.
up.
Johnny had lightning quickness, but he didn't have this kid's quickness.
No.
Johnny ran 4.5 40, which is obviously it's fast, but
Right.
but it ain't this fast.
Yeah.
And Johnny had a slightly below average arm, kind of like a decent arm. He didn't have this whip.
Right.
He didn't have it.
I mean, but Skip, but Johnny was, I mean, you saw him in his last bowl game.
Yep.
He was spectacular.
Oh, you mean against Duke?
You against
Come
Duke,
back?
Yes. And if you could
How
do
about,
that,
how about his bowl game against the University of Oklahoma? Go look those numbers
he
up.
cooked them.
Go look at the rushing numbers.
yeah, like 220 yards.
Remember this?
Yeah.
It was outrageous.
And if you could do that to anybody that could do what he did to St. Nick,
in Tuscaloosa. And then he really did it to him the next year, but they lost like 49 to 42.
yeah. And he had almost 500 yards passing.
Was it Mike Evans helping him? Sure it was.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
So Kyler has to be pleased with his height.
He has to.
And at 5'10", he's an average sized man. He's done well thus far,
He has.
playing at 5'10".
Yep.
So I don't, but Skip, I don't know, Skip. I just couldn't. I couldn't pull the trigger. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, it remains to be seen. He says the indications are he will not throw on Saturday,
Yeah.
but would he run the 40?
What else can we see from him?
Because if he
hope so.
I
posts-
guarantee he
Hey,
ain't breaking 4-4.
Okay.
He ain't breaking 4-4.
What if he throws up a 4.25?
Man, I bet he run no
what would you
4.25.
say? What
He
would
ain't
you
running
say?
you?
Yeah? Would that
I'll
just
take
close your case?
Yeah, you know he's not running 4.25.
I think he
Skip, do
might.
you know what 4.25 is?
I do. I do.
Do you know
I've
those-
seen it before.
Yes.
Little Ross ran, wasn't he?
4.22.
4.22?
Oh,
Chris
he is
Johnson.
fast. He is.
But I've seen. I
By the way,
won't,
Ross is proving to be more of a trackster than
That's
a
what he-
football player.
inline
I
speed.
know.
He
I
can't-
got it.
my year, I went J.D. Williams.
Yeah.
Buffalo took him
Yep.
first. He ran 4.29. So that was the fastest 40 I've seen. I see a guy come in and run like 4.43.
Well, Dion went 4.2-ish, right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But Skip, that's flying.
I know.
And guys that run that fast, they're normally track guys by nature. Tyreek Hill
I know.
is probably
He's
low
a-
4.3
no,
guy,
I
but he's
got
a
it.
track guy. Track guy. Kyler Murray doesn't strike me as a baseball, basketball, football. Okay, I can see it. I don't see that kind of get out. Skip, you got to get out. I mean, you got to get out to run that fast. I mean, O'Shea Sharpe. O'Shea Sharpe used to get out back in the day. Back in the
4.8?
day.
He always likes to
Skip.
remind
4.8?
Skip, don't do that.
The great John Wooten said, I personally held the watch and got him at 4.8.
Well, how does a guy
At Savannah State,
Okay, but how
got
about-
you at 4.8.
Can I ask you a question?
4.8.
How does a guy that runs 4.8 go 96?
It's called football speed.
Okay, but
It might be called fear.
No, it don't.
Fear of being caught.
I see. What I always was able to do is run as fast as I wanted to.
Okay, well,
everybody
that's
else run fast they can.
Yeah. Well, when they're clocking, when they're
that's
timing
what it
you,
That's what I did.
you don't really try that hard, right?
Got an 80. Got all them 80-yarders,
Yeah.
90s
Yeah.
for a 4.8 guy, Jenny.
I mean,
You went 96 because the safety fell
Don't do
down.
that. Don't do that, Skip.
he got out of the way. They're
You
scared.
know that, man.
Didn't he fall down?
No.
He took
I
the
did-
wrong angle.
Skip, I did not time 4.8.
Either way,
told me.
I hope he does run, and I am glad he came in at that 5:10 mark.
Yeah.
And that one.
I mean,
Little extra.
so when is the parade?
could just-
Okay, Jenny, when is the parade?
think Skip and I will host
We
the
having a parade for a 5'10" guy.
Yeah, I mean,
The guy's
Good.
an inch
You know
taller.
what?
He'll be
I'm
just
going to wear that
fine.
goat mask and walk all the way to your house
exactly.
tonight.
Your parade is
How about
one
that?
person. At least we have support.
We're having a
over here.
parade for a guy that's an inch and an 8 taller than what we thought he was.
That is pretty true.
Well, at least he can go the other direction.
No mercy.
The D-Wade farewell tour finally got its shining moment last night as Wade banked in a miracle 3 at the buzzer to upset the Warriors. He finished with 25 points but saved his best for crunch time. The defending champs stormed back from a 15-point halftime deficit to take the lead late, but Wade scored 8 points in the final 2 minutes, had to celebrate on the scores table one last time after his incredible game winner. Let's take a listen to a very excited D-Wade after the game.
I wanted to make sure that
you know, I was aggressive, and I took the shots that was given to me, and I did that. So I wonder when Kobe hit that game winner on me in LA, when he hit it on the top, when he hit it on the glass for the top of the key, I said, how is that possible? Thank you for showing me the way. Mamba mentality.
Hard to not be happy for him. Shannon, what was your reaction to that shot?
Man, this is one of the strangest game winners I've ever seen, Skip. I mean, at one point in time, they had a 24-point lead. I thought they were just going to blow them out.
So did I.
And then I looked back up, and I'm like, how did Golden State get? I'm like, geez. And Skip, Dwyane Wade passed the ball to Dwyane Wade at first.
He did.
And then they doubled him, and he passed it back to D. Wade. And D. Wade tried to take a shot. It got blocked.
It was crazy.
And then he shoots the ball off the wrong foot. He's a right-handed jumper, and he normally leaves off the left foot.
Yep. Yep.
So weird, but amazing.
But you know what, Skip? This was a great moment for a great guy in front of his home crowd playing his last season. You know the thing that I love most about D. Wade? He's accepted his mortality. He knows what he is.
Yep.
D. Wade is not saying, man, if I had more than these, because he plays about 25 minutes a night. D. Wade is not saying I need to play 30, 35 minutes a night. He's not saying I need to be in the starting lineup. He's accepted who and what he is. He's perfectly content. You listen to him talk, he's content with his career. He's okay. Carmelo has yet to accept who and what he is.
That's true.
You know another guy that couldn't accept that, Skip? Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson could have played a couple of more years, but he only saw himself as AI. He needed the ball, and he needed to play his minutes, and he needed to play his way. He couldn't accept he couldn't play any other way. D. Wade is cool, Skip. D. Wade was not playing like this in Cleveland. And he had a cup of coffee in Chicago, and I think emotion played a part in him and Pat Riley going their separate ways.
Yep.
But ultimately, they found their way to come back together. It's great. I'm so happy for D. Wade. The Warriors are going to have to start playing catch up. They should have lost to the Kings the other night.
Yep.
But D. Wade hitting this shot at the buzzer, I don't know if I've ever seen a game winner like this. I mean, you've seen game where, guys heave up the ball from 3/4 court and stuff like that.
Yep.
But to get the ball blocked and just throw it up like whatever, and it goes in.
That's cool.
And you look at Kevin Durant, you look at the Warriors, you're like, what the bleep just happened?
Yeah, but I got the feeling they didn't mind it because they love him and they thought it was a cool moment, even at their expense. They're doing okay. They're going to be just fine.
Yeah, they're going to be, but I'm like, okay, they fought. I mean, they were down 24, Skip.
Yeah.
This is a game that you're going to feel good about yourself if you win it.
I would agree.
And Kevin Durant's like, this dude just hit that shot. But it was a great moment. I'm so happy for him. Like I said, he's accepted who and what he is at this juncture of his career. You can't take away that. He's the third best shooting guard behind Mike and Kobe in NBA history. He's a 3-time champ. He's a finals MVP. He's an all-NBA player, all-star. D. Wade, congrats, bro.
This was, as Dwyane said, a special moment.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I've always said, and those who have followed me for these many years, that he's in my top 3 all-time favorite NBA players. I got Jordan at the top, Manu's a 1A for me, and Dwyane Wade's right there.
Where Bron?
Well, I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
He ain't on no Rushmore, I'll tell you that.
He should be.
Yeah.
I don't know why you like. See, you like underachievers.
I like to watch LeBron.
You like underachievers.
Underachievers.
Yep.
Like Dwyane Wade at like 6'3.5" or whatever he is.
Because no one expected or suspected Michael Jordan could be that. And so he come out and it's like, oh man, look, hold on, wait a minute. He could do. I didn't see none of this at North Carolina. So that's what you like.
Well, Manu Ginobili was the last pick in the draft, right, in the second round of the draft, okay? And Dwyane, nobody saw this at Marquette because I didn't see it at Marquette.
He did take him to the Final
No,
Four.
I know. I watched it, but it wasn't like, oh, wow, look at that.
Right.
And he had knee issues in college.
Yes.
And I didn't know, but you want to talk about clutch.
And his story.
Again, did he call glass?
No.
No, he didn't call glass.
He called game.
At least he did, because it was online. You got to give him, he kept it online.
Yes.
And it was a very athletic play just to get the shot off with the feet back behind the line, right?
Yes.
I must admit this. I'm ashamed to admit this. I was watching like 4 games at once, and I only have 2 good TVs that I want to watch. And so I'm just going bang, 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 bang. And when Jordan Bell hit 2 free throws with like 18 seconds left to give Golden State a 4-point lead, I was like, that's it. And I turned it off. And then all of a sudden I see Dwyane Wade trending, and I'm thinking, why would he trend? I missed it.
I
missed
hold
it.
on. Why wasn't the best player in the NBA trending? Because he missed a free throw that could have gave him a 3-point lead,
Wait.
and the best that D-Wade could have done was send it to overtime.
Wait, are you talking about Kevin Durant, who led all scorers in the fourth quarter last night with 11 points on 4 out of 4 field goals and a 4-point play with a, minute and a half
Missed
left?
free throw. That's what you tell me, Skip
Okay.
Bayless, that you got to hold the same criteria. If you hold it for GOAT James, I need you to hold it for the second best player in the NBA.
Who's shooting better from the free throw line this year, Kevin Durant or LeBron James?
What did he get
Help
last
me
night?
out.
I can
He,
answer that.
he's shooting better. The KD is shooting 90%. LeBron James shooting 68%. And the guy that's shooting 90% missed a free throw
He
that
did.
would have gave him a 3-point lead.
Well, it would have forced Dwyane would have forced overtime with that shot, and then Kevin would have taken over the overtime, and that would have been that. Because that's just
I don't know
what
about that
Kevin
water.
Durant
I don't know about that
does.
water, Skip. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you what happened. Let's
Yeah.
deal with what happened.
Yeah. He did miss a free throw when it didn't seem consequential at that moment.
And
It
Kevin
didn't
Durant
seem like
going
it
into
was
the
gonna
fourth
matter.
quarter was 5 of 17.
Yeah. Well,
5
but
of 17.
Look, when the money was on the table, look what he did.
What'd he
4
do?
of
Missed a
4
free throw.
for 11 points.
So let me ask you a
He
question.
scored more than Dwyane did in the fourth
Let me ask you a
quarter.
question.
Wow.
Did somebody take all the money out the center of the table?
Yeah.
Because he missed that free
It
throw.
felt like the game was over at that point.
Like the game was over when LeBron hit that and one and that 3 in the corner?
It
Did it
did
feel
not.
like that? It didn't feel like that?
Yeah, it should have been over a long
Ah!
time before that.
No, what you mean?
Well, wait a second. They're playing Miami at Miami. That's a lot harder than
Miami.
playing the Pelicans at Staples.
Miami.
Really?
Miami. Is this year 8 D Wade
Yeah.
or year 16 D Wade that's on a retirement?
Well, speaking of, Dwyane Wade is playing at a pretty high level of late.
Yes.
His last 10 games, he's averaged 17 points a game,
Yes.
and it's starting to feel like he could start to reconsider, right? Like, wait a second, maybe I could play. He's 37 years of age. He's the same years as LeBron, 16th season, right?
How many points a game he's averaging?
17 over the last 10.
No, what is he? So he's averaging about 15 points, 14.9 points a game in year 16. LeBron is 27, 8, and 7.
Well-
let that sink in for a second, Skip Bayless.
And both their teams are fighting to get in the
Hey,
playoffs, right?
guess what?
Okay.
But see, when you
Wow.
but Skip,
Okay.
when you got that general, when you got Genghis Khan.
Oh, Genghis.
Oh, Skip. He
You know
can lead
what?
he can lead a mighty
what?
army.
I wish he did have Genghis Khan in him. 'Cause
He
if
got it.
If he had Genghis Khan killer in him,
Got it.
I'm talking about cold-blooded killer that was Genghis Khan, this league would be over, man.
Only the Grimaldis had a longer reign over something than LeBron James as the best player in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the
interesting.
Tang Dynasty didn't last this long.
So I need to bring up the fact that
What?
our man Dirk, another great player, he's no Dwyane Wade, but now he's reconsidering.
Man, Dirk-
No
On a
laughing over
nightly
there.
basis, Dirk is saying, you know what?
Wait.
You guys keep trying to retire me, and I'm not ready yet.
We watch you run up and down the court like you got a walker.
I got it.
He got to walk out there,
I know.
Skip.
But he's trying to say, I came off ankle surgery going into the season, so it took me like 2/3 of the year to finally get my legs underneath me. And he's had a few decent games, but not like Dwayne's game. He had 14 at the Garden, and he had 12 at against Miami.
But Skip,
I don't know.
He's thinking like he had 34 at the
No, I
Garden.
know. He didn't
had
have 34.
14.
I got it.
Bro,
I
but you're
got
going to
it.
be going in the year 22. What do you think is going to happen? I think Dirk just want to say he has the most games played because right now it's Robert Parrish. And Dirk's about going to be end of the season about if he plays the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He'll end up about 30, 40 games behind him.
No,
I
know.
think Dirk wants to have the most games played in NBA history
Yeah.
because there's nothing else he can accomplish.
So I'm going to give LeBron this much. Dwyane and LeBron have played the same years.
Yeah.
But would you believe that LeBron has played 55,000, let's call it almost 56,000 minutes to Dwyane's 42,000? Think about that. Like, you know why? Because LeBron has played 62 more playoff games than Dwyane. Okay, but can LeBron sustain at this point? You say he's running out of some gas.
He running out. I mean, look here. The dude running, hey, well, guess what? You're Tesla. He don't need gas.
Really?
He don't need gas.
Oh, so they
Charge up.
They reinvented him. He
Charge
doesn't
up,
need
Skip
gas.
Bayless. Every time he leave the house, he be in the garage. Somebody's like, what you doing, baby? Charging this battery.
It's activating.
Vibranium.
Yeah. 27, 8, and 7 is what he's averaging in year 16.
But this year I got to cancel out half the minutes because half the time he's on defense and he doesn't try.
You know what, Skip Bayless? Why you doing?
Well,
why you doing that?
I think that's
Can
fair.
you tell the people at home what Michael Jordan was averaging in the year 14, 15?
Well, how about the last year in Chicago
didn't-
when he led the league in
Was that his
scoring?
last year?
Well, it was effectively.
No, it
yes.
wasn't no
Then he
effectively.
retired for 3 years.
Well, Dirk's last year was like 5 years ago.
Okay, it could have been.
Yeah,
That's probably
effectively.
true. I will give you
The
that.
difference with D-Wade is we are enjoying his
Yes!
farewell because it's
We
been
are.
known from
And
the beginning.
he's
He's
embracing
made
it.
it. Yes,
Yes, he
yes.
embraced it, and it's a happy
But
note.
my guy
Okay.
ain't stopping until he get to 39,000.
We're going to a different farewell, but different circumstances. Johnny Manziel is
Yep.
out of Canada. Will he be a quarterback in America next? We'll discuss. We'll tell you the latest.
No mercy.
Johnny Manziel was released by his Canadian football team yesterday, and the league said no team will be allowed to sign him. The CFL commissioner said Manziel violated one of the conditions of his contract, but that was not made public. Johnny played in 8 games for Montreal last season, and yesterday he tweeted, quote, "I look forward to exploring new options within the United States." So, Skip,
Yeah.
when you hear this,
Yes.
what is going on here?
There were reports yesterday that Johnny didn't intentionally violate the conditions of his CFL contract, and I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. I think he willingly and willfully violated those conditions to become a potential gate attraction for the Alliance or for the new XFL the next year, because I think he wanted to get back on U.S. soil and get back with people that he played with in college, many of whom, like his ex-Aggie teammates from Texas A&M,
Sure.
they're playing in the Alliance right
Right.
now. So he said, hey, this is great, but he's under contract. So how do you get out of contract? Well, USA Today asked Johnny about the conditions a little while back, and he told USA Today the conditions included weekly therapy appointments, mandatory doctor visits, and monthly lithium tests, because Johnny says that he has to take lithium to treat his bipolar disorder.
Okay.
So is it easy just to stop going to your doctor appointments or your therapy appointments or
Yes.
taking lithium, right? Right?
Yeah.
Why not just say, okay, I won't do that.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the CFL is going to say, you are out of our league. You can't go to any other team in our league.
Right.
And remember,
So that's what's scary, though, Skip.
Okay.
They're not saying, well, okay, you're not good with this team, because it wasn't a team issue. It was a league issue. And they say you can't even play for another
anybody.
team.
Okay. All right. So,
Well, Skip, I hope you're right.
okay, remember, Montreal, where he went, he started Hamilton, then he went to Montreal, and they traded 2 players and 2 first-round picks to get Manziel's rights. So he goes and plays, what was it, 8 games in
games.
Montreal, threw for 1,300 yards, 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. I watched only the first game, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's not like he lightened
Yeah,
up. Those
we
Skip.
talked about that.
Skip, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I hope this is something that he broke the contract because he wants to get back in America, and he wants, and as you said, to get an opportunity to play in the AAF
Yeah.
or the XFL that I think starts up next year. I hope that's the case. I hope it's not because the demons have come back.
It could be. I don't know.
But I hope, Skip, because if that's the case, Skip,
Yeah.
this is not about football.
Nope.
And if the demons have come back, it doesn't matter if you're in Canada, you're in America, you're in Greece. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
You're going to have to fight these, because people sometimes, I think we lose sight. Football is what you do, it's not who you are. And football is a part of your life, it's not your life. Because I believe, on average, more people will live longer
Yep.
than they play football. So what happens, and I just hope you're right, Skip. I want to give this young man the benefit of the doubt, because it's just such a harsh stance for someone that missed. Maybe he missed one meeting. Did he miss one? Was it multiples? Was he not showing up? I mean, what is it? Because it left it so vague.
It
Yes.
did.
And I don't
Shocking.
want to put a jacket on a guy that doesn't fit. I don't want to say it's this when we don't know. But I just hope you're right, that it was something that you're like, you know what, I don't like it here. It's not going as well as I thought it would go here. Let me get back someplace I'm comfortable with in America,
Okay.
playing for, having more American teammates, and maybe that league has more NFL. There are NFL coaches. Who's the guy that used to be the general manager of Buffalo and what's his name in Indy? The old general.
Bill Polian.
Bill Polian
Yeah.
has a lot to do
Yeah,
with
he
this
does. He
league.
does. He
And
does.
so let me.
You got some brains.
Right,
behind
right.
him,
So
some
let
prestige.
me
He's
get-
in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
in the
Yes.
executive
So
one.
let me get
Yeah.
back in the America, get back in
Yep.
front of some people that I feel know a little bit more about football.
Yep.
I hope that's the case. But for a league to take this kind of action, Skip, that seems a little excessive. It's
pretty
for,
drastic.
Yeah, for a guy that maybe missed a counseling session or a drug test. That just seems excessive.
I'm just going to guess that he just quit going to all of the above.
Okay.
Quit doing anything that he was required
Well, just
to
don't go back.
Well, okay.
Well, they didn't know if you don't go back. I mean, obviously you're not going to do that. Just why not just go and try to get in one of these leagues to begin
Well,
with?
I'm thinking when Johnny finally heard the news yesterday, it was like, finally, what took him so long to ban me from the CFL because he wanted to be free at the start of the AAF
Skip,
season?
For him, I don't know if he fully embraced going there because when you win the Heisman Trophy and the world is your oyster in college.
Yep.
Because think about it, Skip, he's hanging out with Drake in college.
Yeah.
He's front center he's got courtside seats in college, and now
He was hanging out with LeBron James.
Yes.
He was.
So now, I mean, and so now you go to the NFL. You're the first pick. You're starting quarterback in the NFL, and and what you wake up one morning. I'm in Canada.
That's what happened. And it felt like the last hurrah,
Yeah.
last stop, last line.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
It's like one of these reality shows, The Last Frontier.
You're right.
You go to Antarctica.
Canada's great. It's not that bad.
Oh, I believe Canada is great. But if you're an American-born player and you've had success, it's kind of like the same thing with Kyler.
Yeah.
How's he gonna win the Heisman, receive all this praise and adulation, Skip, and then you got to take a bus 5 hours
Agree.
when I could be quarterback in New York or Arizona, this place?
Sure.
That is correct.
Johnny's the same way. Do you know what
Plus,
the house that Johnny built at Texas A&M?
he built it. He did.
105.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, two leagues spring up, the AAF and the new XFL.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, I'm sure Johnny Manziel's sitting back thinking, I used to be Johnny Manziel, and I'm still kind of an it kid in my own way if I go out in Hollywood or West Hollywood. So, gate attractions, top of the list for these two leagues. Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow, could be A or 1A, however you want to do it, just as a pure draw, right?
Right.
A TV draw, a gate attraction, a marquee name. Who do you want? Tim Tebow, Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow. Who's third on that list? Johnny Manziel.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has some drawing power in the United States for these leagues.
And guess what else he's thinking, Skip? He's looking at them quarterbacks in the AAF.
Yeah.
I'm better than them.
Well, I didn't.
Christian
know who they are.
Hackenberg was a
he's
quarterback.
one, that's true, and he stunk it up the other night.
He got
replaced.
benched.
Yep.
Now, how bad must you be to get benched in that league, Skip?
He did come back and play okay in the second half, but he did get benched.
But Johnny Manziel's like, I'm better than him. I was better than him in college.
Yep.
I'm better than him as a pro. He played. I can definitely play in that league.
I know. You know what amazes me about today's competition of the NFL? Once upon a time, and you came up through these eras, there used to be an American Football League, the AFL, and it started to rival the old NFL until they finally said, let's join forces,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then sprang up the USFL, and it had big dollars. It had Donald Trump owning the New Jersey Generals, and they signed Herschel Walker away from the NFL.
Doug Flutie, Reggie
White. They got
Jim Kelly.
They got
a lot
names.
of guys. Yes.
They got names
But
because they had bucks.
And that was the problem. Instead of just like going slowly, giving giving players another option, they tried to compete salary-wise. And
That's hard to do.
And now the NFL is the invincible giant.
they stomp you out.
The only way you can compete is you got to go minor league, right?
Right.
You got to kind of change your rules.
And,
your
maybe
approach.
maybe that's what they should do, Skip. Maybe it should be like the old world league.
Yep.
Be a farm system.
That's-
so you can send some players.
That
okay,
was more Europe.
You're right.
Yeah.
You NFL because it started as a world league because most of the teams were right here. You know, my old position coach Chan Gailey was the coach of Birmingham.
Yep.
And then they started going to Scotland and they had the Ryan Fire. They had
They
teams
did.
overseas. So maybe that's what it should be. You know, a minor league system like baseball, the G League now in basketball. Maybe that's what the NFL, because I don't know if you can ever compete because you just don't have the names.
No.
You don't have, come on, Skip. I don't even really know the names of the teams, but Cowboys, Packers, Bears, Giants.
If Johnny now signs with an AAF team, will you turn it on
Yep.
some Saturday? Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
You'd at least check it out.
Yep.
No, I'm busy.
He's,
You're
what
busy?
are you doing?
You're touring with your
believe
goat
you.
mask on,
Yeah.
right?
Me and the pups, we might be laying around, watching something on Netflix.
Planning parades?
Yeah.
Or,
Goat.
Okay.
doing old goldish thing.
Well, since you've left this on the table, we are going to go back to the game. Did LeBron save the Lakers season last night? He's not going to put it away, Skip. Chris Broussard is going to help us answer that question next.
No mercy.
And the Lakers beat the Pelicans last night at Staples to stay 3 games back in the playoff race. Anthony Davis scored 22 points but sat out the fourth quarter. LeBron had a big night, hitting a step-back 3 late in the game and finishing with 33 points, 10 assists. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. All right, you saw the game. Now,
Well, we hope he did.
well, I'm just assuming. What shot do you give the Lakers to make the playoffs now?
So we're going playoffs now? Or are we talking about the grade for LeBron?
We're going to grade LeBron this
we
week.
are going to grade him.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Well, why not?
I mean, I just wanted to switch it up on the fly and see if you guys were on your toes, but
It's okay.
I don't think I would like this thing, Chris. Hey, don't come in with no foolishness, Chris.
I'm not about to put on the GOAT mask.
Thank
all right?
you.
I'm not about to put on the
Thank you.
GOAT mask. I'm going to say a B+. I'm going to say a B+, and here's why. I think that's a good grade because it's hard to divorce last night's game from all the stuff that's gone on and why they're even in this position. But I'm going to say a B+ because let's face it, they had their hands full with a New Orleans team that only played Anthony Davis 21 minutes and is out of it. So it wasn't – the Lakers looked good, but I'm wondering why was it so close?
Can I ask you
You know
a
what I mean? You're not playing. So, but we're talking about LeBron.
Wait a second. He was asking a very good question.
I just want to know
why was it so
I just want
close?
to know real thing. So you say, you know what? You gave him a B+ because it's hard to divorce from the things that's going on. So if I take a test and I get an A, but the other test I took and got a C and a B, you're going to give me a grade for that, or you grade me on the test?
I hear you. I don't even know where that was going, but I get it.
Last night.
No, okay, B+, because Julius Randle scored 35.
Okay.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Defensively, he was more engaged and more active, which I like.
Yes.
But, and you know, nowadays in the NBA, it's not like you lock in on one guy the whole game. So I get it. It wasn't all on him. But Julius Randle did get 35. But here's what I like about LeBron. I think it started yesterday at the shoot-around. I think the comments afterwards,
you heard what he said.
we like where we're at today,
I
meaning
agree.
the attitude.
Yep.
Well,
You know, and then shooting around, at the shoot-around, joking around with the players.
Yep.
Now, from the outside, it's easy for us to look at that and say, that's just some BS. You know, I mean, you just wanted them out of here a few weeks ago. But for the players, these are young guys who grew up idolizing LeBron James.
Yes.
Lonzo Ball was his favorite player. All of them, no matter how old, they looked up to LeBron.
They did.
They're looking for a reason to be like an excuse to say he believes in us.
Right.
He does. He is with us. He has our back. So even if their rationale is telling them, remember he wanted you out, they're just gonna jump on anything. And LeBron dancing and having fun at practice and shoot around. There's videos of that and talking positively now. I think that meant something to them. So
Okay.
I'm going to say it should have happened weeks ago, but I'm going to give him some points for that. And then the game, he was great. He was great. Like I said, the defensive end, he was more engaged, but he wasn't great defensively. He had a couple big plays, too.
Pig him.
It
And
was
he had
an
another
unforced
stop.
error.
True Holiday thought it was in Central Park. Got back to his hotel room like,
Nah, he was good. And I'm gonna tell you
That actually happened to me.
it didn't.
a big key last night, and I've said this on here, was Rondo starting at point guard. And you know, he met with Luke. He said he's had back problems. Now he felt healthy. Because I've said, when LeBron has such a high basketball IQ, that when he's the point guard, he's like, I'm going to get guys involved. I'm the setup guy.
Right.
Remember a few years ago when he was so upset with Kyrie because he was the point guard and he had 0 assists in the game? And he was like, how that can never, right? So look, when he's at point, he's going to get his 25 or whatever just because he's LeBron. Right. But he's looking to set guys up. I think last night being off the ball, being a small forward for the most part, it put him in a more aggressive scoring mindset. And he went out and he got 33. We know he hit his threes. The last 3 was great. That's when LeBron, he wasn't thinking. He had, lost the ball, and he just got it back, puts it up, and he hit it. It was a great shot.
How much time was left on that clock? 1 second.
Yeah, right?
I'm just...
I'm not taking away from the shot, but that's right. Sometimes he's at his best when he's just not thinking.
What about them other 3 that he was hitting from Alcatraz?
Shannon, I'm not taking anything from
but you are.
No, it was a B-plus performance. It was the New Orleans Pelicans without Anthony Davis. Let's not act like it was Golden State and Durant was guarding. I'm just saying, come on.
But you
at home,
when they
you struggled.
When they
not
lost,
him, but as a team, they struggled.
I want you to give him that same intensity that when he lost and he played bad, you talking about this was awful, but now you talk about they playing the Pelicans and they win, you talk about when it was the Pelicans.
And you never should have lost to the Pelicans.
Are they NBA players? Do they get paid?
Man, come on.
I'm just
Don't
asking
act
a
like
question.
there's no difference.
I'm just asking a question.
Don't act, Shannon, like there's no difference. Look,
wait. Time out.
But come on.
Do you realize Kenrich Williams played 25 minutes for the Pelicans last night? Do you know who Kenrich
Who is that? You don't even
undrafted out of TCU, undrafted. And you say, they have NBA players? Is he? Is he? Really?
Darius Miller, check the island.
Y'all make it seem
They lucky Okafor only played 3 minutes. Come on.
Okafor only played 3 minutes.
I don't know why, because he's been killing them.
But he been fouling people.
I'm with you, but look, I'm so disappointed with the position they're in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Why
are you upset when they won 20 games and 35 games?
No, that was great, but since LeBron's been back, they have cost themselves.
Yes.
I can't even just blame it on the 6 and 12. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. All right, go A+. We want to hear it.
Right, go ahead.
A+. We want to hear it.
No, I don't believe that.
You come out here with the goat mask and the headband.
A period.
Because it's hard for me to give him an A+ in a regular season game on a Wednesday night. Now, if it had been a playoff and he'd have done this, he gets an A+.
Wasn't they NBA players?
Yeah, the NBA, but it's a playoff. But see, he had to get that mindset. See, the reason why you're lucky. Keep talking, I'm going to give him an A+. Because that and one.
That was it.
That was nice.
Yeah, right there.
Nice.
And True Holiday. He said, oh, you want some of this? He had them Buzz Lightyear on, them LeBron 16, them Buzz Lightyear. You see what he did, Skip? He dropped down like this here. You want some of this? Do you realize I was first team all defensive player?
Holiday lost the handle. He just unforced error. He just lost the ball.
Stop.
I think he was so shocked that LeBron was actually in the chair playing defense. It just shocked him and he lost the ball.
For a second,
what?
LeBron was like one of the more Duke players. You know how the Duke players hit that ball. They're like, okay, come on, do something with me. And then when he took the ball from him, and then he came back in the corner, he was fooling around with it. Y'all thought he lost the ball, but he fooling around with it.
Y'all saw that he almost did lose the ball. Yep.
Hey, when he let it go, what'd he do, Chris? When he let it go, he did this.
He did not do it.
He did right there.
He did it as he was walking up the floor.
There ain't no new side he did. Had that 3 ball. Yep. You know what I'm talking about, Chris.
It's both.
Help me out. Next time down the floor, did he walk back to the free throw line going 2? Like, I'm going to make 2? Two. I got it. 2.
It's not your turn. It's not your turn. It's my turn. I love the fact that he came out aggressive. The first quarter, 10 points, 5 assists. He got other guys. The difference is when Rajon Rondo starts, Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram, yes, they can run the offense in transition. But what happens when you're in the half-court set? The team gets back in transition defense. Rondo, like Bron, can run the offense in the half-court set. That's where they struggle when they don't get out in transition and they struggle. Rajon Rondo can run that thing because he ain't looking for his shot. He's looking to get people involved. Because Rondo liable to have a 2-point, 20-assist game.
That was a playoff Rondo last night.
He made 3 out of 4 shots in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but because they left one time. They pulled like LeBron did to old boy the other night. Dude was up under the basket. Rondo like, y'all leave me open? Like, yeah, we gonna leave you open.
Well, he was their teammate last year. They know.
They know.
But that's always been the case. They were like that in Boston. They're like, we refuse to guard you out to the 3-point line.
Yep.
What you give, Skip? Skip, don't do that. Skip.
Don't sigh yet.
It can't be bad. It can't be a bad grade.
Like, Lord have mercy on all
our
souls.
I'm gonna pour water on your paper. If it's anything left,
wait. All I hear, this man opened the show with this mask on. Okay, I'm hearing he is the greatest player of all time. I'm still hearing he is the best player on this planet at this moment. Correct? Okay. So I have to set the bar really high for this guy because this should be the highest in the NBA.
Yeah.
So this is not even arguably. This is the easiest game left of the 22 on the schedule is New Orleans in Staples because they got some easy games, but they're on the road. Okay, but it's at Phoenix, at New York. The Knicks got talent, man. They got some young talent. That will not be a cakewalk.
We owe
at
them.
Chicago, every once in a while, Chicago rises up at home and they can pull something off. Okay, so this is a game. You should win this game by 20 easily because you're a 5.5-point favorite and you should have been a 10-point favorite. And then you get up 12 mid-fourth quarter. Shouldn't that wind up a 20-point game? Seriously.
Well, at least 12.
And you're playing a broken basketball team whose best player obviously wants out and his teammates are out on him and he's out on management and management's out on him. And they are pulling him out after 21 minutes with 4 minutes.
They're fortunate.
I know. With 4 minutes left in the third quarter, they say, no mas, you're out. And I don't know if it's to punish him or protect him from further injury, but why would you play him 21 minutes? Okay, well, okay, I don't get it.
He can't get hurt.
You know what?
20 minutes.
It's an even worse look for the NBA.
It is.
That he's playing 20 minutes a night as opposed to not playing at all.
Right.
Like, what are you doing with this? So when you're up 12 mid-fourth quarter, I want to see LeBron go downhill, attack the basket, and just put it away. And he did pull off the 1-and-1, and I'm like giving him a standing ovation because I, like you, have a bet with Rob Parker that the Lakers are going to make the playoff. Mine's for 2 dinners. Yours are for Jordan, some Jordans, right?
We went down from that to wings.
Oh, you did?
To wings?
We couldn't agree. I said if LeBron gets hurt, the bet's off.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he didn't want to.
Okay, so now it's just a wings
it's just
bet.
wings. So it's not as
Make
much.
bets
Do you
around
owe him wings or?
I already paid him.
You paid him,
I lost
okay.
300 wings to him last year.
Wings? Okay, so my takeaway from last night is, given all that I just said, that's a C+ night.
Come see what's
That's a C+ night. Come on.
It's passing.
Okay, C+
on, Skip.
because you know what? It has come to this for LeBron James. My takeaway from last night was he tried harder. He tried harder. So I have to give up. Like, what grade can I give him for trying hard? He tried harder than he did at New Orleans, and he tried harder than he did at Memphis. Way to go, LeBron. You tried harder, especially on offense. Not that much on defense. A little harder, but a lot harder on offense. And I love that.
You know what, Skip Bayless?
Okay, wait, I'm not finished.
Okay, I got it.
Because, all I hear is, I don't have enough help. Well, last night, he had a lot of help. And I'm going to say this one more time because this is the biggest false, misleading narrative in sports right now, is that these young kids quit on LeBron at the trade deadline. Since the deadline, I told both of you guys yesterday, Kuzma and Ingram have averaged 23 a night since the deadline. That's not quit numbers, right? What did they do last night? Brandon Ingram scored 23 and Kyle Kuzma scored 22. And look at their shots, 8 of 14 and 9 of 15. That'll work. That's not quit numbers, right? And Rondo, as you just said, that was playoff. He had 16 assists and made 3 or 4 shots in the fourth quarter.
6 rebounds.
And 6 rebounds. He was scrapping. He was scratching. He was clawing. He was knocking balls loose. He was diving for loose balls. He had a couple of nice saves where I'm saying, okay, that will work. And Reggie Bullock played up to what he was supposed to be last night because he scored 14
shots.
and he had some big shots.
What
And he
about
went
Muscala?
down. Huh?
What about Muscala?
Okay, you know what? He keeps blocking
wish they
shots.
had,
He'll block a shot.
Zubac
Hey, Big
back.
Zoo, that's going to go down as one of the all-time worst trades in NBA history to me, because Big Zoo is going to turn into something.
Yes.
And Doc can really coach kid bigs, like Lung Big. Watch what happens.
I think that's an overstatement, but
I don't know.
Biggest in
Zubac,
history?
watch what happens. No, I mean, where you just said you had this kid on the rise. He had 18 and 12 against Golden State on Christmas Day.
Skip, can I do? I'm gonna put this like Skip something you can understand. Skip, you are a great student. You did a great job.
I was overachiever though.
No. Hush. I did. This is my turn. It's my turn.
We believe
Okay.
you.
Chris, Skip was a great student. Vanderbilt, all good, all A's on his paper.
Cum laude.
Great. Can I tell the story? I don't need.
Great.
Let me tell the
Well,
story.
I'm just a public school kid from Oklahoma City.
Okay, I get
How
all
do you
that.
do that?
I get all that.
Okay.
But let's just say, okay, now he wrote all these great papers. Now, this one paper he turns in, it wasn't his best stuff, but it's error-free. No mistakes on it. And the teacher says, C+. Well, wait a minute. Why'd you give me a C+? There's no mistakes here. But judging by your other work, that's the best you can get. Because, see, you judging LeBron by his other great works. Was this not a great work?
That's why the
Time
B+
out. I
is
never
the
got a
perfect
C+
grade.
one
Exactly.
time.
I knew that was
I
coming.
didn't.
Never.
Skip, I've said if she had done that, I didn't say you got a C+.
What should she give him? A B+.
No.
That's the perfect grade, the B+.
Give it what I earned.
Did he not have help last night? What did he do to warrant an A last night?
What didn't he do?
Okay, so he and ones, and as Chris so astutely pointed out, at the end of the clock, he just said, well, I got to do this, right?
But let me
and
ask you a
I'll
question.
give you that.
If it doesn't,
It's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Hold on. But you, Chris Broussard, I'm not going to leave you out of this. You said there have been 8 games this year LeBron should have closed.
Yeah.
He finally closed, and now you give him a C+ and you give him a B+.
Okay, did he slam the door at the free throw line after he made that?
No, that's disrespectful.
Okay. Disrespectful?
I think LeBron would give himself a B+. Honestly,
Okay,
I don't think he'd look at last night and say that was an
just
A.
on this alone, if you're the GOAT and the best player on the planet and you play this game, which is like a do-or-die game, which I can't believe it's come to this, and you go 3 for 8 at the free throw line, you're disqualified from an A. Come on.
3 for 8.
Disqualified.
There's truth there, Shannon. 3 for 8. That's not
Kevin Durant missed that free throw.
Wait, don't change the subject.
That's not even up to LeBron. Has not been great from the line this year or ever. Right. But that's worse than usual.
He's even worse since he's been
That's
back
worse
from injury.
than you.
It's in his
3
head
for 8
It's in his head.
You can't get an A with a 3 for 8.
throw demons.
You think it's in his head?
Yeah, because I'm watching him. He's trying to be too perfect when he shoots. He's going through because he started doing it twice. Then he started.
Then
doing
he went
it
to
once.
once.
Then he said,
Then he
forget it.
He needs to
trying
somehow
anything.
not think. Just get up there. I think that's why he does a step back, so it's like a jumper.
I know. I
But-
agree. I
But
kind of like the step back.
But you're right. Skip 3 for 8. There's no way you can get an A. 3 for 8 from the
The
free.
lesson learned here,
And you definitely can't bring out the GOAT mask.
Go!
for that.
Skip had perfect grades. LeBron's, though, we can't seem to agree on right now, and we're still celebrating. But now what I want to talk about are the Lakers now looking like a playoff team. We'll discuss next.
Yeah, they're a playoff team.
No mercy.
LeBron kept the Lakers afloat in the playoff race after leading his team to a critical win against the Pelicans. But the bad news is they're still 10th in the West and 3 games behind the Clippers and skip Spurs for the final 2 spots. The Lakers obviously need to get on a roll in the final 6 weeks of the season, but they do play 4 of their next 5 at home, starting with the Greek Freak, leading the best team in the NBA to Staples tomorrow night. Chris Broussard is still with us, so now, what shot do you give the Lakers of making the playoffs?
Let's just be honest. There is no reason to believe the Lakers are going to make the playoffs other than you're betting on LeBron.
That is correct.
That's it.
I completely agree.
There is no, there's no rational reason.
There's not.
If it was anybody else, and I'm talking about Durant, Giannis, anybody on this team, other than, like, you would be like, they're done. They're out.
I agree.
Right.
Yep.
But
There's no
I'm-
statistical reason.
Right.
No?
I'm trying. I looked at it. I was like, okay, they're only 2 games behind the Spurs and Clippers in the loss column, which really matters. They haven't played as many games. That's why it's 3. But then I look at the tiebreakers, and San Antonio's got the tiebreaker. So you're basically 4 games behind the Spurs.
You got to finish the game in front of them in order to beat
beat them. Now, the Minnesota's got the tiebreaker. I know they're a game behind the Lakers, but if they get hot,
the same record.
Now they do the Clippers. They're 1-1, and they play them twice. That's a good sign. They got 2 games left with the Clippers. So if they win those, that's huge. And then Sacramento, they've got the tiebreaker against Sacramento right now, but they've got a game left. So I'm gonna bet on LeBron. I'm gonna bet on LeBron until they're mathematically out of it. I'm going to keep hope alive. And I think there's a few things. We talked about the Spurs. They're kind of in free fall. Now, I know it was maybe it was the rodeo trip, right? Is that what you're going to say?
They have turned awful on the road, which is not their MO from the past.
Yeah, they used to be better on the road than
But
home.
now they're great at home. They have the second best home record in the West. And they went home last night it's the first of 8 of 10 at home, and they beat Detroit fairly handily.
Now, they got some tough teams coming up at home.
They do.
But they got their next 3 of their next 4 games are OKC, Denver, Milwaukee. So,
We'll see.
I think you're hoping because you want LeBron in.
I do
think,
want LeBron.
So
We all want him in.
look at the Spurs in that regard. The Clippers, look, I think the Lakers should be better than them. They really do want to make it, though. They're trying to make it. I think with the Lakers, here's a bright spot. I don't think it really matters when we look at their schedule, how tough it is, 7th toughest from remaining.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters who they're playing.
Right.
It's about them. We've seen them lose to these horrible teams, and we've seen them beat Boston in Boston and beat Houston. So
beat OKC and OKC without LeBron.
Without LeBron. So if they're right, then I think they can beat some of these really good teams. They just got to make sure they don't lose to the bad teams and take them lightly. I also like that hopefully we're getting playoff Rondo. He is a different player in the playoffs. You can ask New Orleans, and last night he was great. So, you know, I think those are some of the positives. And again, I think when you get Lonzo back, was he being reevaluated Friday? I think maybe he'll get back. And then LeBron, hopefully, last night was not just a better attitude, but also physically you're feeling better. You know, you're getting back into game shape. So I'm going to bet on them, just blind faith.
Okay.
Like I can't, it's hard to make a
So, Shannon, what do you got?
I want you to go. I want you to go.
You got 4 seeds?
I want you to go.
You still got to They're going to climb up to, they're going to win every game and finish 4th. Am I right?
I want you to, hey, we win every game. We might be the true seed. We win every game. No, I want you to go, Skip. You go right ahead. I know you just chomping at the bit.
So LeBron got 1 break last night, which was a terrible break for the Sacramento Kings.
Yes.
Marvin Bagley, who has just been a force, 18-9 over his last 10 games, hurt his knee, and it looked not good to me, and he's having an MRI today.
The knee that kept him out earlier.
It was. Yeah, and I hope he's okay. But for LeBron's sake, that would be a big loss. It would take some of the heart out of the Kings. And by the way, they went to Milwaukee last night and took them all the way to, and they finally lost in overtime. But that was a pretty impressive loss to me. So they're still your hurdle. You still have to hurdle them just to get in the mix, right?
Yeah, we get them.
So ESPN's Basketball Power Index now gives LeBron's team a 5% chance. A 5%?
Better than the 3 we had yesterday.
BPI also gives the Clippers an 89% chance and my Spurs a 90% chance of making the playoffs. So it's just saying it's over.
But that doesn't take into account that it's LeBron, right?
No.
It's just looking at the sheer number.
But it's projecting the Lakers. I mean, he's certainly in the equation. Finishing 39-43. 4 games under 500. They're playing the 4th toughest closing schedule. And let's talk about Friday night, because you go back and forth. And you know what? This is hard overhead because I just said, unfortunately, I just let it tumble out of my mouth, and I bet Rob Parker that LeBron James ain't missing no playoffs.
Right.
That's the point. Like, he's not going to miss the playoffs, right?
Nope.
And yet, now, here comes Milwaukee. Do you realize what Milwaukee is doing right now? They've won 12 of 13. They've won 6 in a row. They have easily the best record in all of basketball. And they have easily the best road record in basketball at 22-9. And you've been driving that bandwagon for a long time, and I kept saying, I don't know. But they're just taking over the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah, that's good.
So here they come on Friday night. And I'm going to guess they're going to be a little slight favorite in this game. I'm going to guess that. It's not posted yet, right? Okay. Well, my head would tell me I'll take a case against LeBron on this, okay? But I can't, because I'm then betting effectively against myself. And I don't want to bet against LeBron on this game, because this is the game. This is like a turning point matchup where if you could go in there and make a statement, this could launch you through the last 20. Then you'd have 20 left, right?
And the thing is, Skip, the Lakers haven't won back-to-back games in 6 weeks. The last time they won back-to-back games was January 15th. Okay, but here's the thing, though, Skip Bayless. You didn't know this, but we got the American freak. LeBron James, they got the Greek freak, and the American freak gonna show him what it's really about.
I'm with that.
Wait, I thought he played for Golden State.
First of all,
he is a freak. Huh? You want to talk about a 7-foot monster who can shoot 35-foot threes?
And miss free throws?
And made 4 out of 4.
15-foot free throw.
Wait a second.
But Skip,
he should have won the game with a 4-point play last
time. I'm reclaiming my time.
Well, I got to defend my man.
I'm Elijah Cummings.
You waited.
I'm the chairman of the oversight committee. I'm reclaiming my time. Skip, look. And you, Chris, you said it, and you said it. The only reason that we believe that the Lakers will make the playoffs is because of one guy. Now, how can that guy not be the best player when you said Durant wouldn't be able to do this, and we wouldn't believe that Giannis and Embiid?
I didn't say Durant wouldn't be able to do this. I did not say that.
He wouldn't. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted again, Chris.
So correctly interrupted? But go ahead.
They haven't won 3 straight games since December 5th. So the odds are stacked against them. But this man right here is big in the church. He's a Baptist minister, and the word.
Are you really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I
What,
do
you
preach.
Pentecostal?
I do preach.
Okay,
I'm Pentecostal.
Pentecostal. So what does the word say? You got to have the faith of what? Not a plum seed, not a peach seed, a mustard. And I got the faith
Of a mustard seed.
Yes.
It's the smallest seed. It's the smallest.
The smallest one.
Yeah.
That's the kind of faith
And
I
it can
got
grow
in
into
him.
the biggest
I
tree.
believe.
Mountains.
I believe that LeBron James, the greatness. I didn't bring this. You thought I brought this out here just for profit show?
Are you?
He's a GOAT.
Are you daring to compare LeBron James to God?
No, I said-
Is that what we're
I
doing
said
here?
I got the faith in it.
I don't know.
Faith.
That's how it's feeling to
You
me.
got faith in him?
Yeah.
Do you believe?
I barely
See, the
believe.
difference is, hey,
He built himself into a corner where
I
he's got to
did.
believe. I do
did.
believe.
Yeah.
I do believe.
so what does God say? God say, trust me, and I'll show you. Man say, show me, and I'll trust you. I trust you. We ain't got to show me. I done seen that.
And Job,
I done seen what he could do. I done seen what this man can do.
I feel like Job saying, "But why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I can't
What do you
understand."
think? Have he not shown you what he capable of? So you should trust him. You should trust him.
Shannon Sharpe down the stretch, last 5 games at Oklahoma City. This is the Lakers.
Win.
At Oklahoma City,
Win.
Golden State at
Win.
home, Clippers,
Lost. Win.
Utah,
Win.
Portland.
Win.
Do you realize what the Portland Trailblazers are doing right now?
Do you remember what we did to Portland?
With
No,
Enes
they're playing
Kanter?
great.
They're playing
Yeah.
great.
Do you remember
You
what
know
we
what?
did?
I'm going to say this about LeBron. He should treat these last, 21?
21,
playoffs.
yeah.
Like the play.
Yeah.
Because, look,
It is.
if you make the playoffs, if you just somehow you win those games, you get the Lakers in the playoffs, and you get there and you're the AC and you get demolished, we still are going to look at that as a great achievement.
I don't know if I'd go great, but it would be an achievement.
It would be like, I don't think, at least I wouldn't hold it against him like
Yep.
if he's just dead.
No, I know.
And just getting
I'll
them there
buy that.
was, just
I'll buy
getting them
that.
there was, and then Golden State runs over us.
Do y'all know?
I want LeBron to take that attitude because he can do it if he turns on. I think he said he was turning it on, but I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, we
If
have.
he turns on,
Activate.
playoff LeBron. Yeah, it's a little
Activate.
slower activator.
We're at the power out in this area. So he had to charge up, right? He had to charge up. But hey, hold on. Y'all know we done to Portland, right? You remember what LeBron did?
They
Wait,
had
right.
it, yes, sir.
Nurkic ain't recovered.
Do you realize Enes Kanter is now?
I don't care about no
And that's Kanter got it in for LeBron.
He
too.
does.
He got it
He's
in
not
for- that
afraid.
He's going.
Yeah,
He can stop LeBron.
Do you know what we? You remember when we body bagged Nurkic?
Yes.
He wasn't the same.
Yes.
He wasn't the same, Skip Bayless.
Nurkic wanted to body bag Ben Simmons the other day. He
big-
wanted to throw down with him. Right?
Friday night, big test
Woo.
for these Lakers.
They need it.
LeBron likes to be uncomfortable. If he could, stop their
Old
streak,
Pentecost.
that would feel
Sorry,
good. Chris, thank you for joining us. Do you have any more preaching to do? Are we good?
Oh, we got
Good
to
for
feel
now?
it.
You was
All right,
preaching.
is Kyler Murray tall enough to be the /1 pick? We'll discuss all that next.
No mercy.
This morning at the NFL Combine, Kyler Murray measured at 5'10" and 1/8 and 207 pounds. He could be in the mix for the Cardinals with the #1 pick because yesterday the Cardinals gave a lukewarm endorsement to their current quarterback, Josh Rosen. General Manager Steve Keim said, quote, "Is Josh Rosen our quarterback? Yeah, he is right now." So Skip,
Yes.
what is your take on all this?
I must admit, I was pleasantly shocked by the height. I thought 5'9" maybe. I wouldn't have been surprised under 5'9" after all the conversations we had about your interviews with him.
I was surprised too.
What do you call yourself?
I thought I'm 5'9", I'm just under 5'9", and I thought he was 5'9.5" because it felt
Okay.
so slight.
So that was, so to speak, huge.
It was.
Literally huge.
Huge.
An inch and an eighth.
I'm not going to put much stock in the 207 pounds because he could have eaten 4 dinners and he could have
Drink a gallon of water.
just chugged it right before he walked in, a whole gallon, right?
Yep.
And you know how much water is so heavy, you could put on 5 pounds right there, right? So 207, I'm not buying 207. I think he would play at 198.
A gallon of
somewhere
water is
in
what, about 10 pounds?
I don't know, but it's heavy.
Yeah, I think
If
it's
you
pretty.
pick it up, it's,
Really?
it's hard to carry, right? So then the other pleasant shock to me was hand size, because I thought it might be on the smallish size. It was average,
Yes.
which is great compared to some of the others, just to give people an idea. So he was 9.5 on the hand measurement. Dak Prescott's hands are huge. They were 10.875. Carson Wentz was 10 flat. So those are really big hands. Baker Mayfield has big hands for his height at 9.875. Johnny Manziel, big hands, 9.875. Then you go to the other end of the spectrum. These are all below Kyler's measurement. We got Jameis Winston below at 9.3. Again, Kyler's 9.5. 9.3 for Jameis. How about Mahomes at 9.25?
Wow.
So Kyler's hands are significantly bigger than Patrick Mahomes. Jared Goff, 9.0. Even Sam Darnold was 9.2. So I just named you Jameis, Mahomes, Goff, and Sam Darnold all have smaller hands than Kyler Murray. Point, he's just fine. He can do this. He's big enough to do it. Trust me, his heart is plenty big enough to do it. His arm is plenty big enough because he's got not just a good arm, he's got a big-time arm.
I looked it up. A gallon of water is 8 3/4 pounds.
Okay.
So pretty close to 10.
A gallon?
So,
okay,
yeah,
that's a lot of,
exactly.
weight.
And the thing is, okay, if he's drafted in the first round, he'll be the shortest quarterback. If he's drafted in the first round, I believe he'll also be the slightest quarterback. He'll weigh the least.
Okay.
I don't know if there's ever been a quarterback that weigh that few.
I got it.
But that's another question, Skip. The thing is, when you take this young man, you're not trying to get 2-3 years out of him. Can he hold up for a decade? Because if you take this guy with a top 5, first of all, you take a quarterback in the first round, you believe he's going to be franchise building. So in other words, you're hoping to have him for a decade plus. Do you believe with his height, with his size, that he'll be able to hold up, withstand the punishment, the rigors of an NFL season, game in and game out, year in and year out, for a decade plus? Those are the questions that you're going to have to ask yourself.
I'm a big yes on that, but go ahead.
Now, he understands he's better at sliding than Michael Vick because we saw the punishment that Vick started taking because some of it was in the pocket, some of it that he was taking shots after he got outside the pocket.
He did.
But he stayed in bounds too long or he stayed up too long. Kyler Murray has a baseball background. Clearly, he knows how to slide. He slid in the first, second base, third base, home. He made sliding, diving catches in the outfield.
He was a base stealer.
Right.
He is a very good slider.
So he understands. And so those are the questions that someone's going to really have to ask themselves. And they're going to have to get ownership. You're going to have to sign up on this, Skip, because we've never seen anything like it. We've never seen a quarterback this small, be it height, weight, go this high in the draft. Somebody's going to have to be on firm foundation because you're saying that when you take a risk like this, because it is a risk, Skip, because anything that's not normal, your blue chip stocks, you're like, okay, they're going to give me safe return. They're going to give me my 5 to 8%. I can live with that. Now, these riskier investments, you might, I can hit this thing big, but you can also go belly up a lot sooner. So that's the question. How secure is the general manager, the head coach, when you make this, obviously anytime you make a top pick, I think the ownership will have, especially with the first pick in the draft, the owner's going to want to meet the young man and find out a lot about him for himself. But those are the questions, Skip. He's an average-sized man with average-sized hands in a big man's game. He's been this way his entire life, and he's done well. As you mentioned yesterday, 3-time state champion at Texas. That's saying something. They play football in Texas. He goes to Texas A&M, plays 3 games, goes to Oklahoma, and he wins the Heisman. So obviously he's found a way to not let his height and size hinder him for performing at a very high level. He won the Heisman. So, but my only concerns, Skip, with his size, can he hold up for a decade plus?
Okay. I will remind everyone that Kyler Murray last year at the University of Oklahoma, the whole year, including the playoff game, had a grand total of 6 balls batted at the line of scrimmage. That's not very many. Why is that? Because he has the quickest feet I have ever seen on the football field, and he has the feel of the position. He can buy time.
How many snaps did he take on the center? Because are you going to play him exclusively in the NFL? Are you going to play him exclusively, or 85, 90%, 95% of the snaps from the gun? Or are you going to have him take snaps up under center? That's going to be key.
I don't remember Baker Mayfield taking a single snap under center, but right away in training camp, he started putting his hands under center, and when they needed him to, he was just fine. Okay. Kyler Murray is a special athlete. His father was a college quarterback, and he came up with that sort of great athletic arrogance of, I'm just better than you are, in a good way, in a good way. Just watch his body language on the field. It just looks like he's going to make the next play. He is a clutch, big-time playmaker. And I brought this up before. I'm going to say it one more time. Today's The Athletic It's called Ted's Film Room. Check it out, by Ted Wynn. I respect it. And he broke down Dwayne Haskins' tape. He went through all the tape. And he says, I can't give Dwayne Haskins any more than a second-round grade. I said, I like Dwayne Haskins, but I love Kyler.
Right.
And one of his big points was that Dwayne Haskins has good arm talent, but it's not amazing or on par with Kyler Murray's. We're talking about a whip here. Deep balls, mid-range.
Question. Would you say Tom Brady and Joe Montana had good or great arm talent?
Above average.
Okay, you say,
Yep.
so you think Haskins has average?
Okay.
Just slightly above?
Okay, Tom Brady is 6 feet 4 inches tall, and he's every bit of 6'4".
Well,
People
he's 6'3" and 3/8.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
So he's just a tick
Okay.
below 231. He got nice size. He's prototypical. Skip, there's no question in my mind. If Kyler Murray had these measurables, he's first pick in the draft. No question. Slam dunk. I don't even know why we have it. I'm not throwing. I'm not running. I'm not doing anything.
And if I got the first pick in the draft, I'm taking him first overall. And Arizona will rue the day
Well,
if
you
they
couldn't
don't take him number
because
one.
you still have Tim Tebow, so
Yeah.
you couldn't take him. You'd have Tim Tebow because like you said, you run the draft, you took Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow to still
I
be
did
your
not
quarterback.
say that. I said I would take him 25th in overall.
Okay, he's your quarterback.
And guess what? The guy who now coaches Tom Brady, that guy, what's that guy's name? Josh McDaniels? Is he
that
still there?
guy.
He's still there, right?
How did Josh McDaniels do in
Okay.
St. Louis?
Did he not take Tim Tebow 25th overall? That was Josh McDaniels' pick. So he coaches the GOAT, but he took Tim Tebow.
Coach, there are a lot of guys. But, there's a lot of guys that coached the GOAT that was great when they coached the GOAT. How they looking when they not what got the GOAT?
You know what? You shouldn't even put Tim Tebow in the same sentence with Kyler Murray. You shouldn't do it.
They won the Heisman.
Yeah.
One guy won a that. That guy
What
won a
I
national
said
championship.
before Tebow's draft, I said I would take him 25th. He'll never make a Pro Bowl. This kid can make Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
And I said, you can win games in the NFL if you let Tebow run his college offense. You don't have to, but if you let this college offense run by Cliff Kingsbury, this is different than ride and decide, read options. Kyler doesn't have to run read options.
Well, you don't think Josh Rosen can be good in this offense?
It's hard to know at this
Cliff
point.
Kingsbury's?
Yeah.
It's hard to know.
I don't know.
At least we know Kyler's height now, and a lot of that can be silenced
But I
because the
think-
speculation from all of us was getting a little out of hand. Now we know. What about this? Do we know? Can LeBron carry the Lakers to the playoffs? Chris
LeBron
Haynes,
James.
he joins us to tell us what he knows next.
No mercy.
Well, the Lakers beat the Pelicans last night at Staples. LeBron led the way with 33 points, 10 assists, but got a lot of help from his supporting cast as well. Brandon Ingram scored 23, Kyle Kuzma added 22, Rajon Rondo had 16 assists. The Lakers are still 3 games out of a playoff spot, but 4 of their next 5 games are at home. We're joined by senior NBA insider for Yahoo Sports, Chris Haynes. Good
This man
morning,
is
Chris.
dressed for success today.
Yeah. Look
You
at
know
that.
what? I'll take that suit over that goat mask any day.
I bet he got something good to say about
You
old
do
Coach
look very
James.
nice.
James. Yeah.
And Chris, you were at the game
You were
last
there.
night.
Yes,
I was.
So what was your takeaway?
Look, it was a couple of takeaways. First of all, let's talk about the Lakers as a whole. I think it reeked of desperation, obviously, when you're changing the starting lineup late February. And I think that shows that there are real issues. We all knew this, but I think that showed internally, that there's real issues on the surface there. Then we talk about LeBron James, and I think he made 2 clutch plays down the stretch that I'm eager to see what Skip is going to say about those plays, Shannon. But, he's been criticized about his defense over the last couple of weeks.
He has.
And I spoke to LeBron James, wrote it for Yahoo. I spoke to him about his people criticizing the defense as of late. And he said, look, if teams really do think I'm a defensive liability, then come at me every single time. Switch up, and switch the pick and roll, put the guard on me every time, and then see what's going to happen. And so he issues a challenge out there to the league, to the teams. Like, you think I'm subpar in that area? Come at me. And so I'm just don't shoot the messenger, Skip. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just coming over to relay.
But he was talking to you. He told Chris that because Chris told him he's going to be on Undisputed on Thursday.
This messenger gets shot on a daily basis right here in this chair because this messenger just tells the truth about a LeBron who is mostly an innocent bystander on defense these days and nights. And it started in Cleveland last year, and the Memphis game was an all-time embarrassment. I think even you agreed that it was, right?
I was disappointed, yes.
And there were a few times last night, I'm not not going to pile on,
Yeah.
but how about the opening basket that we saw from Elfrid Payton last night? Can we just see that one? Because just help me out here. I just want to show you. This is LeBron James. This is early in the game. This is actually New Orleans' second basket. LeBron just challenged Elfrid Payton 6'4". You got to send an early message to your team. Up, Olay defense. You can't challenge that shot. He could have slapped that shot into the fifth row if you really cared, if you had some energy and intensity to you on the defensive end. But this man tells me it's year 16. He's got to conserve his energy on defense. Am I right?
Well, because he's carrying a heavy workload. He got to score. He has to assist.
Okay.
He has to rebound. Now, he did get a lot of help as far as rebounding, assisting the ball, because Rondo had 16. He got a lot of help on the offensive end. Kuzma,
Okay.
Ingram had 23. Kuzma had 22. But is he getting that kind of – see, you're going to go back to, the last 10 games. These guys, they done played more than 10 games. Have we been getting this consistency from Kuzma and Ingram for the entire year?
No, but since the trade deadline, when everybody said they've quit on LeBron, each has averaged 23 points a game. And one gave you 23 last night, one gave you 22 last night.
Yes.
That's help. That's not quit stats,
No,
right?
no.
They're playing hard. They're shooting great. They're making high.
I wish they were playing like that when he was out. Instead of going 6 and 12,
All right,
they
but
might have been 12 and 6.
Okay, but hasn't that been the narrative lately? The young players have quit on LeBron because he was quitting on them. He wanted them all in New Orleans.
Them old players that quit.
Am I right?
Let's skip. What about last night, Skip? Let's talk about the stretch. Let's talk about down the
Let's
stretch right
talk
there.
about it.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 18 seconds left of what should have been a blowout. This is a sad sack New Orleans team. I don't know what they're trying to prove with Anthony Davis right now. How do you take him out, with 4 minutes left in the third quarter and say, that's it for the night?
He had it going, too.
Yeah, boy, he was balling.
Yeah.
Are you punishing the poor man because he wants out? I don't know. What are you doing?
But I get that,
Yeah,
Skip.
okay.
Skip, I get that.
Okay, do you realize the Lakers mid-fourth quarter were up 12 points? Shouldn't that have been a 20-point blowout? Because LeBron James is unstoppable getting to the rim. So we're going to applaud him. We're going to laud him for one attack play that he made with 2:18 left. He actually got an and one at the rim, and I'm like, I'm giving him a standing O for this. And guess what he did? He actually went and made the free throw to cap it off. He was 3 for 8 from the free throw line. That's deplorable. This is the GOAT, says this man. This is the best player on the planet, says this man.
Well, look here.
You can't do that.
Nobody's 100% from the free throw line.
No,
Stop nitpicking.
he's 67%.
Okay.
That's not GOAT-ish.
What about that 33, 6, and 10?
Yeah, it was good. Against the Pelicans, it was
So
really
now
good.
you make it seem like the Lakers Golden State, like they're Milwaukee. There's a reason why they're fighting to get into the playoffs, Skip. They're not that good. But now they're up by 12. They should have just blown this team out. They're not the Warriors.
Okay, so then what happens with 31 seconds left?
What happens?
Still a three-point game. You're up 3. You got this. The ball is in the hands of the best player on the planet, says he. And he dribbles up, and it's not like he just said, I'm going to pull up from the top of the circle, from 32 feet, 34 feet, and make this one from Alcatraz, as he says.
Is that what he said?
He dribbles off to the side. He's not sure what's going to happen. Then all of a sudden, the ball almost gets knocked up out of his hands, and now he's got the ball back, and it's like, uh-oh, the clock is down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He goes to the corner, and he's got to switch because he's got Drew Holiday on him. He's 6 feet 4 inches tall. He is 6'9", and he shoots the most dangerous LeBron shot that he will shoot, which is the one where there's no pressure because there's no decision to make. You have to shoot this at 1 second left on the clock. And he shoots it off one leg because it's high degree of difficulty. And if it doesn't go in, nobody's going to hold him accountable because it was a hard shot at the clock.
Yeah, we hold him accountable.
And what happened? He made it. Way to go, LeBron.
Swish, nothing but that.
But you heard what he's saying? The whole time, see, you thought they knocked the ball away. But LeBron was trying to get to that spot all along, and he said, I trusted my mechanic.
So this was
he said that.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Called the
I
shot.
missed that. I
Okay.
missed
So
that,
he's
sir.
dribbling up the floor, and he thinks, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going
need
to
to get to
fake
my
him
spot.
out. I'm going to deke him. I'm going to act like I'm going to lose the ball over here to the right. I'm going to let it go up in the air a little bit. And then I'll just recapture it. Then I'll dribble all the way to the corner because I'll have the switch. I'll have Drew Holiday on me, and I'm going to shoot it on one leg from the corner. I'm going to go Dirk KD on him, right?
Skip, but you're missing the biggest play. You're missing the biggest play of that game.
The two missed free throws.
No,
after
I'm
that?
not talking about
okay,
that, Skip. I'm talking about the possession before that, Skip.
Okay.
The big defensive stop. And Drew Holiday. The defensive stop.
Thank you.
On the Pelicans' #1 guard. couldn't get it. He couldn't go anywhere.
You know what happened?
He couldn't go anywhere.
You know what happened? Drew Holiday looked up and he was startled by the fact LeBron was actually trying on
Step for
defense.
step. He was with him
right
step for
with
step.
him. And I'm like, ooh, what are you
Coming
doing?
off a
And guess
groin
what?
injury.
It wasn't a steal. Drew Holiday was so shocked he just lost
No,
the
he didn't.
handle. It was an unforced error.
You think LeBron had on them on Buzz? He had on them Buzz Light years. He dropped the ace.
He scared him.
Sit in
He
that chair.
scared him right out of the
He sat in
basketball.
the chair, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Skip tried to bypass that.
Yeah, he
I didn't.
overlook
I
that.
didn't.
Skip.
Because what are you doing, Drew?
That was
Come
your
on.
that was your exit. That was what you supposed to
That
do.
was it?
No, don't try to bypass it. You gotta get off this your exit. You going this? Yeah. Talk about that.
Come on now, Skip. We can't go without that. Come
Why
on
didn't
now.
they win this game by 20?
They won the game. They won the game.
Okay.
Now, you keep telling me they had a chance to close the Houston series. They had a chance to
did.
close the Portland series and this one and that one. He
The games,
closed it,
yep.
and now you question the matter. in
On
which he
both
closed
ends.
it.
In both ends of
he
the court.
locked him.
He had a chance to just slam the door, and he goes to the free throw line after they intentionally fouled him because it's kind of hack a LeBron at the end of the games, and he LeBricks 2 free throws. And it took Reggie Bullock going to the free throw line to close it out. Way to go, Reggie.
Had Drew Holiday and that Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Had him like this with Hannibal Lecter. Had a mask on him and everything. He couldn't do nothing. But Ron locked him down. And then hit him back in his mug. Now what, Skip?
You just compared LeBron James to Hannibal.
That's what they had him. You know when
That's just
when
like
they took him to
disgusting.
Tennessee,
That's just like
when they
I
took
don't
him
know
to
if that's a
Tennessee
good
to meet
one.
the senator, and they had him on that gurney. He was all cuffed up.
I get what you're saying, Shannon.
That's how LeBron had Drew Holiday. Locked him.
He locked him
Go
up.
put that on. Go put that thing
Way
on.
to go. What time is that parade? Are you going to the parade? You should cover it.
Planning parades.
Are you gonna
Every
cover it?
win,
Y'all-
we have
what
parades
parade is it?
around
Today,
here.
downtown
parade.
LA.
Shannon leads
They're gonna throw,
every win.
he's the parade master.
No, he was upset that old goat.
I'll skip that one.
He upset that old goat James came out. He got something for Giannis too on Friday.
I was just gonna
He
say,
better.
big
Woo!
challenge coming up.
He better.
Quick turnaround.
Oh, you ain't know about that.
I ain't saying that. Hey, go ahead. Hey, go ahead into the
Chris,
next
you don't know
topic.
about the
I
American
mean-
Free?
She has to get to the next topic.
You keep going, Shannon. I can't calm you down today. It's like the most excited you've been in a while, and they beat New Orleans.
It's over. They made
A
the playoffs
different
last
team,
night.
different problem. What is going on with Kyrie and the Celtics?
That's a good
What
question.
energy will we have next? We'll tell you.
No mercy.
The Celtics losing streak hit 4 last night at home to the Blazers. Kyrie Irving, 31 points in the loss, and after the game, he was not in the mood to talk to the media, so here it is.
1-2 is pretty much locked up, 1-2-3. So, just play to, as long as we get there. I can't wait for this, all this other BS about regular season and keep getting better and talking over and over and over and again about what we can do to keep getting better in the regular season. I just want to be at the highest level playing. That's what I'm here for.
What's your confidence level in the team going forward?
What do you mean?
Just in terms of, you got
What
like
question is that?
A legitimate question.
Nah.
How do you feel about this team?
Next question.
All right, Chris Haynes still with us. Chris, how much trouble is Kyrie's team in?
Look, I don't want to go. I'll just say this. If the season ended right now, it's hard for me to imagine Kyrie re-upping there in Boston. The way he's been talking, what he's been saying, his tone, it's a reflection of a guy who doesn't. It just sounds like a guy who doesn't want to be there, a guy who's not having fun, and we also see what it's doing on the basketball court. They're just not engaged as a team.
Nope.
Look, I will say this. I do think Boston, they're a better team with him just because he's one of the top closers in this game. But with that being said, man, we talk about the Lakers having issues. I really do think there's more issues going on over there in Boston. Wow. There's a lot of things I'll touch on later down the road, but that doesn't bode well for Boston, especially when they want to go into this summer with hopes of luring AD. You need Kyrie there to lure those big guys like that. And so this is a real crucial period for them right now.
I don't see them putting, for me, whatever metric you want to use, I believe they're the 4th best team in the East. Yeah. They're not better than Milwaukee. They're not better than Toronto. I believe Philly are better than them, so they're the 4th best team, record aside. See, the thing is, remember Kyrie said, he wanted to be, he was ready to be a branch out and to go his own way. Skip, and I told you, my girlfriend say, boy, sometimes you can make your destiny on the very road you took to avoid it.
I thought your grandfather said that.
I was saying my grandfather.
Oh, I thought your grandmother.
And the
I
thing
can't,
is,
I can't keep it
and the
straight.
thing
A lot of
is,
wisdom from his family.
Grandmother, grandfather.
A lot of wisdom.
Maybe they both said it. I don't know.
But to make a long story short, Skip, the best player, everybody assumes the best player is automatically the leader. See, Kyrie went to Boston. He's the best player. I'm the leader. Y'all follow me.
That is correct.
Doesn't always work that way.
No.
Yep.
Bro, we see the way you act. We see the way you talk. We're not following you nowhere. And as a matter of fact, did you see what we did when you missed the last 25 games of the regular season in the playoffs?
Yep.
We did quite well without you. As a matter of fact, we went to Game 7, the Eastern Conference Finals, and we had it on our court. Kyrie is spectacular. Got the best handles in NBA history. He can finish with either hand. He got a mid-range game. He can shoot the three. And if you put him on the line, he's an 88 to 90% free throw shooter. He has no weakness offensively. And he's become better at distributing the basketball. His first 7 years, he had 30 games of 10 assists or more. This year alone, he has 13. So he's in his mind, he's like, I got to do a better job of distributing the basketball. But Skip, he's a horrible leader. He's a horrible leader. The very thing that he and you criticize you know who for, he's picked it up.
That's a good point.
Remember, Skip Bayless, I told you, my grandfather did tell me this. He said, boy, if you're not careful, you will become the very thing you despise most in a person.
Really?
What was the one thing he despised most about LeBron? And that's what he's become in Boston. I told you it was going to happen like that.
He
But I
despised Drama King.
Okay, and what is he now?
I know.
And what is he now?
Man.
And what is he now, Skip Bayless?
I know.
I still want him back. I still take him to L.A. I don't think he's coming. They can go into the Knicks. I think it's a package deal already worked out.
That's why you're pulling your punch a little bit there, because you
No,
don't
I
want
know
to
he
burn that bridge.
No. He's not coming back with LeBron.
Yeah.
Skip, they got some issues. You hear what he said? Because everybody keeps saying, you hear Jaylen Brown, you hear Marcus Smart, we just got to keep getting better. Kyrie said, man, I'm tired of hearing that we going to keep getting better.
That's what he said.
I just want the playoff to start so I can do, hold up. He said, so we can come together so I can do my thing.
Singular.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Chris Shannon will tell you, I love me some Kyrie. He is an all-time great closer. His winners and tangibles in the last 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes of games are extraordinary. He is not a natural-born leader, and I cannot defend this because the last 6 games that he's played for the Boston Celtics, they've lost all 6. The last 6 he hasn't played for the Boston Celtics, they won all 6. What would that tell you? That would tell you something's really wrong here, right? It would tell you this team is sort of quitting on that guy, or they just don't want to play with that guy. They're happy when he's gone, right?
Because everybody, think about how they flourished when he wasn't there. Jason Tatum, we were talking about Jason Tatum. This guy might be an all-star.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown was unbelievable.
Yes, he was.
Terry Rozier. People thought Terry Rozier could be a starter on a lot of teams. Now Kyrie comes back. Now they got to take a step back. And remember, guys are trying to make a name for themselves.
I know.
Everybody keeps saying, I want to win. But if I can win and I can be the guy, like KD, like Bron, like Giannis, I'm all for that. I ain't trying to win and be a systems guy.
Well, I would tell you this. Kyrie deserves the bulk of the blame of what's going on. But when we going to start pointing at Brad Stevens over there? When we going to start pointing at Brad? Look. We all know the NBA is about managing egos.
It is.
It's about managing egos. So now you bring Kyrie, who is a superstar, into the fold, has an ego. You bring Gordon Hayward, who's an all-star, has an ego.
Yep.
And so last year, he didn't have to deal with that.
No.
And he's never had to deal with that because he wasn't getting Zion Williamsons at Butler. He's getting one star. The guys he's getting at Butler, that was the only gig they had. And so now you go to Jason. He's a rookie. Jaylen Brown,
they're trying to establish him. Terry Rozier.
Right, so they going to listen.
Speak, Shannon.
Kyrie Irving's like, hold on, bro. Did you see what I did in Game 7? Did you see what I did in Game 5 when I dropped that 41 on him? And did you see what I did, even though we lost in 5 games, did you see what I did in that last finals I was there? Oh, I was cooking folk. So you coach them. I got me. And they're like, hold on, Kyrie. I thought we did this together. We. No, it's you.
And also, as Shannon knows, I'm not a big Gordon Hayward fan and wasn't before his draft. And somehow he managed, out of the hysteria of free agency, to get $32 million a year. And you can't tell me that locker room, he's a nice guy, there's no problem there, but you're not looking sideways and saying,
of course.
He's making $32 million?
But here's the thing, though, Skip. He was an all-star.
He was.
In the Western Conference.
Once.
Yeah, okay. But then he comes there, and see, here's the thing, Skip, and I've been in locker rooms where they give a guy a lot of money. And you're like, okay, the guy was okay, they gave him a lot of money. And then you get him there and you watch him, It was like y'all gave him all that money. He terrible. That's the same thing they said about Gordon Hayward.
He played right at the right time.
Yes.
Going into free agency. But it looks like
now
a
he's
disaster.
playing for his college coach, which doesn't help either.
Right.
It's like,
That's
are you giving
interesting.
him?
So Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown looking at him like,
Huh?
And Rozier,
Exactly.
too.
Rozier,
Exactly.
too. I agree.
so
Chris.
because now Jaylen Brown got to come off the bench. He was getting 25, 28 minutes a game. Now he coming off
Wow.
the bench. Jason Tatum was getting as many shots as he
Okay.
want.
All right. We got to wrap it. Chris, always good to have you
Thank
with
you,
us.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Are the Giants making a big mistake
job.
sticking with Eli? We'll discuss that next.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. The Giants are sticking with Eli Manning at quarterback. Both their coach and general manager said yesterday that Eli will be back next season, but GM Dave Gettleman also said that he would love to draft a franchise quarterback. So, Shannon, how much longer do you expect Eli to be the Giants starter?
I can see a transition like what they did with Kurt Warner. They had Kurt Warner there. He started 8 games, and then Eli took it over.
That's true.
And then moved on from there.
Okay.
But I tell you what, if Eli starts the entire season, you get exactly what you got the last 2 seasons, which is absolutely nothing. Skip, it's okay. Eli's won 2 championships for the Giants. He's forever going to be in Giants fans' lore. But, Skip, he's not the guy anymore. My grandfather used to say, boy, if you do what you've always done, you get what you've always gotten. What has he gotten, Skip?
Grandfather was like Confucius.
He was.
He's
I
unbelievable.
should listen to him a lot earlier.
He should have written a book,
My
right?
sister won't let me.
The New York Football Giants are still stuck with Eli Manning, and it's sad to watch because it's getting painful. And I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm obviously a Cowboys
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
You know
like
what I
it.
would love for them to do? This is way outside their box because they are old school drop back prototype.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray very possibly will be sitting there at 6. Very possibly. Do you realize how they would take over the back pages with their triplets of Kyler and Odell and Saquon?
Yeah.
It would be sensationally shocking.
They don't want that, though, Skip.
Huh? Why not?
They don't want that.
They would light it up at the expense of the Cowboys.
they
This
can't-
would put them back on the NFC East map.
If Eli had beaten any other
Yep.
quarterback or any other team in the Super Bowl,
Yep.
he would not be regarded like
That is it for us.
No mercy.
February isn't just about one super-sized football game. On Spotify, there's thousands of free sports podcasts that agonize over the preseasons, off-seasons, and plain old regular seasons of nearly every sport imaginable. Basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, curling, and even hurling. Yeah, that's a real sport. Look it up. Now it's so easy to stay updated with the latest trade rumors, predictions, and scorching hot takes from some of your favorite game's biggest names. So take it one episode at a time and give 110% of your attention to the thousands of free sports podcasts on Spotify, because the best offense is a good podcast.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.